Good afternoon from the State Farm Center on the campus of the University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana. This is the IHSA Boys 2A State Championship, and this is QND Raider Basketball on MechaSportsCo.com. And welcome everybody as it's high noon, well a little afternoon right now, as the second game of the day will come in play here in a second. As the first one's in the book, Chicago Marshall won that against Goreville. Now the 2A championships as the Raiders are here, 32-1. As they come in with their Navy, Vegas gold and white against the Peoria Manual Rams. They are 24-9 on the season. Raiders got here Thursday by beating Chicago Farragut in that ball game. I had three different scores here, 64-45. And on the other side, the Rams beat Tolona Unity 62-57. Raiders first time ever in the championship game to go with their 4 trophies, 2/4 and 2/3. On the other side, the Rams have 5 titles looking at their 6. They've been in the championship game 10 times. They've got 5 championships, 4 seconds, 3/3, and 4/4 in their years. And that's the history. The only history we're worried about is today, March 14th, as the Raiders are taking on the Rams. And with me, Coach Pettit, it's been a fun season. Started off for you, of course, watching the Raiders at Moline at Wharton Fieldhouse, and it wraps up here right at the State Farm Center.
Well, this is where you want to be, right here, right now. Hopefully you've geared the teams up to, okay, you want to play that complete game, be the best you can be, last game of the year and win the last game of the year. That's the key, what you're looking at here. So, I think it's going to be a great game, and we're going to break it down here in a little bit.
And, of course, it's the Mecha Sports pregame at the Mecha Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight. Better bed, less money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville. That's SleepTightMidwest.com. When we return, we're going to hear from Coach Altmix and the coach's comments, brought to you by the Kunis Auto Group, Faith, Family, and Giving Back, right here on MechaSportsCo.com.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
This game is brought to you by Mecha Sports Co. You can find us at mechasportsco.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@mechasportsco, and on Facebook at facebook.com/mechasportsco. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecha Sports Co.
The Raiders in the title game, Greg Altmix, and it's nice to be here on a Saturday ready for the championship game.
It definitely is. It's always great to play on the last day of the season.
Of course, you've done this before. In the last 10 years, you've been here twice, once in the championship. So you've had the experience, so it's kind of fun, but it's got to be great every time you come back, and especially being the Raiders' first time here with a great season.
Oh, most definitely. These guys have made it a special season, so to cap it off this way is just fantastic opportunity for these guys.
All right, you had a day off. I'm sure you got a little workout in there too. What'd you guys end up doing during the day?
Got a workout in the morning, ate lunch, and then came over here, watched the 4A semifinal games, and then got dinner and went back to the hotel, went to bed.
It's a quick day after that, after a lot of basketball out there. So I imagine the guys are healthy and ready to go.
Definitely, yep, everybody's good. Got up, got a good breakfast. Got a little short shoot around at Edison Middle School. Appreciate them allowing us to come in again this morning. Just wanted to kind of get on our feet a little bit. We didn't want to wake up, eat breakfast, and then have to come here and sit down again and never be on our feet. So I think we're ready to go.
I know it's tough for a 1A school to play at 10 a.m. in the morning, but when it's a championship day, you don't really care. You're just glad to be here as well. So, all right, we got Peoria Manual. Notre Dame and Peoria Manual have been called out all season long as top 2 teams. So we know what they got. Scouting them, what you see?
Quickness. Definitely guys that can get to the basket. And, I mean, that's the number one thing we have to do today is just keep them from getting the basket, where we want to contain and contest and then box out and go. So I think main objective is just keep them from getting to the hole.
All right, now we put a lot of pressure on our defense full court, doing a great job with that. Do we stay putting that kind of pressure out there with a quick team like this?
We're going to mix it up today. We'll do some full court, we'll do some half court. We'll just try to do everything we can to keep them off balance.
And at the end of the day, we're either going to have first or second, the best finish ever for Quincy Academy, CB, Christian Brother, Notre Dame, all the way through the line. I guess as you kind of embody the whole weekend and the whole season, without trying to put a real one word or something on it, what would you have to say? And also maybe share with all those people out there who've followed us all year long and listened and watched.
It's just been a special season. These guys have done, they put in the effort, they put in the time, they've been selfless. The other day, not surprising, 21 assists on 26 points. That's really been our, helped us so much throughout the season, just playing together, and that's what we have to do again today.
I'm glad you said that, too, because I looked at that the other day. I think TJ had 5 assists, Bo and somebody else had 3. And then we had 3 more guys with 2. I mean, we really passed the ball and shared it. And there was that one time in the quarter where we put the pressure on, made a basket, 2 steals and 2 more baskets before I had the chance to put it in the book and look back up, and I like those days.
Those are special. And so, that's we'll try the same thing again today in regard to wearing them down and see what we can do.
Sounds good. And I know your final comment always is, and I'll share it with you, is have fun.
Oh, most definitely. These guys have had a great time up here, so, want to punctuate it with a championship if we can.
There we go. Good luck. We'll catch you after the game.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, Jeff.
And that's Greg Altmix, head coach of the QND Raiders, getting ready for the championship game. It'll be the Raiders and the Rams right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Kunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Kunis Honda.
And Kunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Kunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Kunis makes it easy.
And welcome back courtside here, Lou Henson Court. And that is the hardwood of the Fighting Illini and the home again. And I believe it was maybe 2022 they returned here. So Coach Altmix, or maybe it seems like Altmix was here once and once in Peoria with Liberty. So he did not make both of them here. But the original March Madness, of course, at Illinois, and should be an exciting one. We talked about the 2 teams coming in here. Raiders are averaging 62.2 a game, giving up 44.2. For the Rams, they're averaging pretty close to the same, 60.7, give up 51.7. Leading the way, of course, their first team All-Stater. They got honored between games or at halftime of the 1A, and that was Jace Allensworth. Congratulations to Jace, averaging almost 15 points a game, over 5 rebounds. He had 75 assists. He had 3 assists the other night. I mentioned those guys out there. Togarepi had 5, F-Tank had 3, Allensworth had 3, Dolman and Walker each had 2. Actually, one more, 2 Allensworth. We had 3 guys. Reed had 3 as well. So 21 assists on 26 field goals. That is some pretty good stuff out there. And, of course, on the other side, this team has been here many times all the way back. And, of course, the one run was the first 3 years of coaching by Wayne McLean. After they won the state, Wayne McLean took over for 3 more because Sergio McLean was over there.
Dick Van Syok, got the first one.
Yep, Dick.
Then he retired, but he went there several times also.
Dick was there from 66 to 84.
Yep.
He had a first, a second, 2 thirds, and a fourth. So he made 5 trips there. And since then, Derek Bush was here for 2 seconds and a third. Wayne Coleman was here for a 4th. And Marvin Jordan, your current coach, a 4th place last year. So that wraps up all those. As we mentioned, Jace Allensworth, first team All-State. Also Josh Humbles from Manual. You'll see him today. And Cooper Knowles from West Hancock also got honored out there. On the second team, Reggie Postlethwaite from Manual. Joaquin Brown, he's special mention. And Wesley Robertson from Illini West got a special mention as well. So congratulations to all them. Hey, Coach, breaking down yesterday, not only forcing 17 turnovers, 21 points off turnovers, 17 fast break points, 11 points off the bench, and 50 points in the paint. And that's pretty good because the Raiders went 0 for 11 from the land of 3 and 12 for 26 from the free throw line. And if you told anybody the Raiders will not hit a 3, they'll go 0 for 11 and 12 for 26 at the free throw line, you would have said, well, they lost and they're playing 3rd place.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's one of those things to where, yesterday against Farragut, they had a decided advantage underneath the basket and length on the bench. And that's what they took advantage of. With the 50 plate points, that's getting good looks at the basket.
Indeed, close looks too. Hey, we've been here 2 other times. We talked about the other 2 times yesterday, actually on Thursday, the 2 4th place finishes. But 2 Raider teams, the last 2 have placed 3rd place. In 99, the Raiders went 28-6. They beat Pittsfield 55-51, beat Riverton by 3, Waterloo-Jabot by 28, and then Plano for 3rd place, 69-65. Casey Tusshaus was the 4th leading scorer in the tournament, 16.5 points a game. Jason Volm averaged 14.3, and Brian McNeil 14. Tusshaus and Volm didn't make the all-tournament team, but Brian McNeil did make the all-tournament team. Guys on that team that I had from the box scores: Marty McGee, Kyle Vemberlo, Chris Peters, Scott Brennan, Mark Camphouse, Kyle Bakke, Zach Greer, Johnny Bordewick, Jason Green, Jay Nissen, and Channing Peters. Then you go back in another 5 years, 2003, 2004, another trip to Peoria, 30-4, which was the tied for the best record ever for the Raiders with 30 wins with the 56-57 team. That, of course, got eliminated by this year's team with 32 wins. In that year, beating Alum in the first round, Payne in the next round. Chicago Leo, we lost to 70-55 in the semifinal, but beat Peoria Christian 87-73 for 3rd place. Joe Terwell, 19 points, was the leading scorer in the tournament. Johnny Bakke had 12.8. And, of course, guys on that team were Ryan Fessler, Luke Greenwell, TJ Kistner, Adam Turstrip, Sean Emmerich, Robbie Gully, Kyle Fergs, Aaron Meyer, Scott Ireland, Adam Peters, Sam Stroot, Eric Turwell, and Chris Fitch. And that was almost as much panning as when I had to get Coach Altmix for our interview at the top of this place.
Well, I think that, what we're looking at here is, I think the Raiders this year, when we come back next year, 18 names. That's a little bit longer than what you had there.
Those names, of course, some of those guys. And I remember, of course, I took Austin, my son, up there. I'll say hi to him down in Nashville, Tennessee. I was down there last Monday night. And so we started off on Carbondale, actually over the weekend before Carbondale. And I'm putting the same shoes on that I bought when Scott Douglas, his teams, they wore the blue, gold, and white. They were Converse, the Ward, I believe it was the Ward shoe, and wore those not only when they wore them, but I wore them at State. I wore them at the State Farm this year. I broke them back out, and I always wore them in all my broadcasting of Raider basketball games. I broke them out, Coach, and also my white shirt underneath is the last year of my CYO youth basketball, 2016, and that's when these guys were second graders, the seniors, as F-Tank and Allensworth and the crew were in there. I asked Jace before the game, does your shirt still fit you? He said, I don't think so. little did I tell him that mine around the waist doesn't fit me as well either. So, and by the way, those other couple teams that didn't quite get there, 74-75 lost to Chatham-Glenwood one step before, 54-51. And, of course, Kevin Meyer in the group there, along with Frankenoff, Snyder, Ritter, and the guys. They lost to North Green Whitehall 66-59 and 88-89. I don't know if these guys even still drive through the town. So, hey, shout-outs there. Matt Longo gave a shout-out with the 1977 team from CB/Notre Dame. He had the shot from the 77 class playing golf. But he also had Coach Longo, Coach Phil Conover, Jeff Rakers, and Jody Shoup in the pictures, so thank you there. And also the other day I got a chance to talk to the Bozarths. Coach Bozarth, of course, he coached when his boys were playing. Blake and Ty kind of gave me a scoop on them, and I asked him how Ellie was doing. She's a senior. By the way, she did not play soccer. I asked about that. And she's been offered to play basketball, which I think she can play at the point for the Lady Raiders, but they are not going to, she's not going to. She's worried about her education. So it's the pregame show. We're getting close to the tip-off. We'll take a break, come back here. It's the Raiders and the Rams right here. State Championship, MeccaSportsCo.com.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
And back here courtside here at the Lou Henson Court. Both teams getting ready. Coach, what's our keys to the game for tonight?
Well, my thing is, on-ball defense, for the Raiders tonight because, last game we have one dude, quote-unquote, that we have to guard. Tonight we got 3 of them, so we need to be, more on-ball defense, stopping everything, challenge all the shots. They don't like to shoot a lot of threes. Last game they were 2 for 6 for a 3-point line, so they're dry. So on-ball defense is going to be important. And they had 16 offensive rebounds last game. That's something that we cannot have tonight. So when the shot goes up on the drive, we got to make sure we have a body on somebody. Offensively, take care of the basketball. Last game, Manuel had 13 steals. 13 in one game. Oh my goodness. We got to take care of the basketball. The leader of that, the little point guard, Tolliver, and Postal Weight. They get after it. They get after it big time. Patience, run your set, make them defend, but you got to take care of the basketball to do that. Shoot threes. Keep shooting the threes. We had good looks. We didn't make any. We were 0 for 11 last game. This game, 5 for 11, against this team. Spread them out, and, we can take care of it. But we got to shoot better than 3 for 10 from the free throw line, in the fourth quarter. That don't work.
Started off early last game, and it was not bad in the first quarter as we went 3 for 4 from the line. Second quarter, we went 2 for 4. So we were, 5 for 8 at that point. No, that's 5 for 10. Excuse me, I missed those other 2, but at least we got 12 extra points out there. As they show the videos up top, and right now they're given how did they get here. First you saw Peoria, Peoria the Rams, and they're showing the Raiders. Raiders got here by good defense, getting the ball down court, slashing to the hole. F-Tank early in the game slashed to the hole, and really that third quarter when we cut down our turnovers, picked up the intensity, and like we had mentioned in the pregame with Coach Altmix, we had 3 baskets and 2 steals, all in a matter of about 10 seconds, which was some pretty impressive stuff.
Yeah, but this is a different dog we're playing tonight. Hey, you know what I mean? So, what we did 2 days ago doesn't mean anything. Right now is what you're talking about, and the matchups, I think, are going to be intriguing tonight.
Getting ready for our starting lineups now. We'll start off with the visitors, and that's us, the QND Raiders, coming in 32-1. By the way, hi, George Schultz, Had a chance to chat to him a little bit as I was heading before I saw a cop out on the road. Also, Jim Obert must think it's Friday the 13th because he's in Cardinal country watching the Marlins.
Juniper, Florida.
Yeah, instead of being
baby.
a Cubs. All right, here we go. Starting lineup for the Raiders. Bo F. Tank, senior, number 2, 6'3". At our point, it'll be number 12, TJ Togarepi, 6'1" sophomore. Number 14, your first team All-Stater, the senior, 6'3", Jace Allensworth. Robbie Reed, senior, 6'5". Where's number 22? Tough on the defense. And rounding it out, Gavin Dolman. That's right, Don Schuette's grandson. Don is as well, 6'3" senior. Where's number 30? Head coach, Greg Altmix. Assisted by Alex and Jordan Altmix, Jonah Petty. And then looking up in the stands, you'll find Ron Kincher, Chuck Memberlow, and those guys who couldn't be one of the 22 on the floor. All right, on the other side, for the Rams, a junior 5'9", Taj Tolliver. He wears number 2.
Well, he's one of those defense, him and postal weight out front, gonna be tough.
Number 5, Reggie Reginald, postal weight, 6'2" senior. Jaquan Brown, number 10, 6'4" senior. Joshua Humboldt, first team All-State with Allensworth. Where's number 22? He's a 6'3" senior. And inside the middle, Jamel Ship, number 24, 6'6". And the other night they only played 7 guys deep, coach, so athletic. They move up and down the floor, much like the Raiders, and so you expect the main guys to be in there. We may go a little bit deeper.
And when it gets to Total Unity, gosh, they were down, big time to start with, but then fourth quarter they came back, shut them down on the defensive end. It's got to, it's one of those things to where, you got to go, against the Raiders, 32 minutes playing good defense.
In the center.
Or they will tear you up underneath the basket.
Gavin's in the center circle, number 30 on the other side. It'll be Jamel Ship, number 24 at 6'6". Didn't look like 6'6" to me.
No.
He matches up probably the same.
About 6'2".
Rams get the opening tip. They work left to right on your dial.
Quickly.
Telephone.
Yeah, a lot of bounce, in this manual team.
Raiders come out into man-to-man. Bo F. Tank out on his numeral counterpart, Tolliver at the point. Popping out to the right side is Humbles. Raiders matching up well and man-to-man. They've been doing it now. You heard Coach Altmix talking about mixing things up today.
Well, starting out with, Reed on postal weight. Good setup. Oh.
Bounces inside. In strong. First shot of the game is good. That's Ship. That's it for the Rams. They lead 2-0. Raiders push it up court quickly. Left side. Togarepi driving from the baseline. Good move by Jace Allensworth. Takes it left side all the way to the lane. Shows you that first team All-Stater there, 2-2. Glad you're with us here.
I don't think they have anybody to guard him, to be honest with you. 6'3" in the body. They've got a lot of 6'2", 6'3s, but they have nowhere near the body as Allensworth.
Ball goes inside to Humbles, kicks it back out in the corner. Taken away now by Gavin Dolman. Dolman lobs it, and Dolman lobbed it up high. He had defense flashing over in Tolliver. And it launched it up there. And I tell you, if you got a big tall guy to go up there and grab it and dunk it, that would have been a good alley-oop.
Yeah, 6'8", 6'9", yeah.
Turnover there. F-Tank will pick up in the backcourt as he's got Tolliver. Rubbing double screens on the low blocks, popping out on the right side. That's Postaway. Postaway from 14, no good. Good screen out by Dolman, rebounded by Allensworth. Togarepi across the timeline, brings it to the left side. Left corner, Reed, into the post. Allensworth steps in. Allensworth, tarmed hole, had it knocked away, but Allensworth gets it back in the right corner. No good from the 3. Sliding down the lane and getting the rebound, Gavin Dolman. Great job coming down the left side for the putback, 4-2 Raiders. Taking it down to Allensworth early in this one. Like to see that. Posted up inside. Ball goes left wing. That's Tolliver. Tolliver crossover dribble. In the left corner. Back out to Tolliver. He sets this offense for Peoria Manual. F-Tank has a little more height on him. F-Tank pushes the ball to the left. Shot from a 3 from the outside and good. Shaquan Brown for 3 points. Rams lead 5-4.
We didn't see that part of his game in the semifinals.
Not a lot of threes from this team at all, actually.
Yep.
Allensworth, everything's getting pushed out high. Allensworth drives, spins, up in there. Good, Allensworth, great move to the hole. You thought he was almost off balance, but under control for the finger roll in the layup. Raiders back in the lead, 6-5, 5:20 left, first quarter action. Ball goes in the left corner, the three, no good. Brown thought he'd tried 2 in a row. Raiders got the rebound.
Watch out.
Ball hits the floor.
The little dude, Tolliver, I'm telling you, he's a defensive dog.
Tolliver tips it out. It went to the floor. Reed was on the floor. Brown was on the floor. Soon after, Tolliver came in as well. And so jump ball, alternate possession arrow, will go to the Raiders since the opening tip went to the Rams. 6-5, 5-11 first quarter.
Well, Tolliver trailed him from the free throw, underneath the free throw line to on the other side of half court. You know, finally got a fingertip on it, and then he was down there scrumming for the ball. That's what kind of player you got there.
Well, you know, if you're down the court, you don't see him in front, you got to be worried about him from behind.
Oh, goodness.
Rico Booker, a 6'2 sophomore, in for the Rams. Dolman, off balance. Wow, he gets bailed out there. That helped. The Rams converged in. They had 2 of the Rams there. Gavin had his back turned, and he threw the ball up. So luckily it was a shooting, but Humbles will commit the first foul of the game for the Rams, and Dolman will go to the line for the first free throws.
I like the aggressiveness of the Raiders, you know, taking the ball to the hole, getting it down low on the block, you know, and working, you know, once we start, you know, establish the inside game, then we can kick it out for the wide open threes.
Checking our shoes for the day. The Raiders are in white shoes. On the other side, we've got a fluorescent orange. Second one is good. We'll give you the rest of those in a second here. 8-5 Raiders lead. Back on defense. Pulling up for 16. Tolliver misses the shot. Rebound, gets knocked down. Allensworth had the rebound, got knocked down. Getting the ball and picking it up, taking the shot is Booker, who just came off the bench and scores.
Well, one of the keys I talked about was keeping Peoria Manuel off the glass.
Ball was tipped this time. Reed goes strong, misses. Reed had the ball. Good call there on a jump ball. It'll go back over to the Rams with 4:36 left in the first quarter. Raiders lead 8-7. And I tell you, Jace is working down the court, but in the middle of the court, you're going to have to get it to a guard because they're bringing 2 or 3 guys, especially sneaking from behind is Tolliver.
Welcome to March basketball here in the state of Illinois at the State Farm Center.
Tolliver across the timeline in his gray and white, little black on his shoes. We got a real couple colorful ones down in the paint. At the high post. Almost a traveling there. Humbles took that extra step, gets it back out for the Rams. Resetting the offense.
Good job by F-Take moving his feet.
Ball to the right side, Booker. Back high to Tolliver. Tolliver's got Togarepi on him. Shot hit nothing but the backboard. And then it hit. And grabbing the ball for a moment was Ship. It went to the baseline. He went to grab it, but it hit the baseline, so the Raiders will get it back. That ball that Tolliver shot was offline completely.
He's one of those guys, if you stay in front of him, you know, and you had F-Take on him at 6'3", with his length, stayed with him, made the shot very hard to make. And, you know, he's not a good outside shooter, but he's good driving to the hole and passing.
Raiders get the ball down court in the right corner. Reed tried to go into Allensworth, got spun around. Here come the Rams the other way, and they hit the lanes and run. Jaquel Brown hits it, regaining the lead. The Rams lead 9-8. Inside 4 minutes left. First quarter action here. From the State Farm Center, Wellman and Pettit. Ball over to the right side, tipped out of bounds. Marvin Jordan, the coach, tried to sell the call. And we'll have our first TV timeout with 3:38 left in the first. The Rams 9, the Raiders 8. State Championship Day right here. MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Back at the State Farm Center, State Championship Day. First one's in the book. Marshall won, beating Goreville from down south of Carbondale. Got 2 more in the afternoon at 2 and 4 o'clock, as we'll have the Class 3A and 4A there. And some of those might have been, yesterday might have been the championship game there, as in 4A, the semifinal might have been with DePaul in that ball game.
39-38, I mean, that would have been a heck of a game to watch.
3A, the other game might have been the great game when MacArthur got knocked out.
Supers. I think that was in Springfield, if I'm not mistaken.
Not sure.
East St. Louis and Decatur MacArthur, 51-49. You know, but yeah, East St. Louis is loaded, as they always are. And I think they've lost 4 games, and I don't think none of them are from in-state.
And of course, you got Deerfield playing them. The Blue Devils lost to them on that rough weekend early in the year when it was at Rocky, at Deerfield, early in the season for a young team. Out of the timeout. Raiders will have the basketball. We still got Togarepi, Reed, Dolman, Allensworth, and F-Tank.
Let's make them play defense. Run a good set, you know, couple screens, back screen down low, you know, make them guard you.
In the high post, trying to get in there. It's actually top of the key to Dolman. Gavin being hounded out there. Looking for a guard. Togarepi is being shielded, denied, not letting him get the basketball. TJ's got it this time, though. Double pump to the basket. No good, but a foul. Togarepi took Tolliver all the way down to the block. Tolliver basically left him, and then helping out will be Humbles, and it should be his second foul. So Humbles, your all-stater, no scoring yet. It's got 2 fouls.
Now, you know, one thing I'm looking at is, you know, watching this offense, you know, if we could have somebody handle the ball out front and put TJ down on the block against the 5'8" kid, you know, Tolliver, I think we'll be okay. You know, if we could do that, but, you know, the ball pressure they're putting on outside, you know, with F-Tank and, you know, I don't know who else is going to handle the ball. You know what I mean? But get TJ down on the block, you know, against the low kid. Get some fouls on him, you know, because he's their defensive catalyst.
Don't bring the ball down to the floor, that's for sure. F-Tank goes out, Sully Walker checks in, and the Raiders putting some full court pressure. Got to be close to 5. There you go.
There we go.
Took a second there, a 5 call. I thought we might have been at 6.5 on that one, but we'll take it as Booker couldn't get the ball in. Raiders turnover, get the ball into their basket. Togarepi to trigger the box out of bounds play.
We'll go 5.5 on that one.
Right side to Allensworth. Allensworth starts something, got move against Booker.
Good move.
All the way hole. Off the glass, no good. Got bumped on the way. It will be a physical game. This is the state championship. Rams have the ball across the timeline. Tolliver, Raiders back in man-to-man as Tolliver out here to the right in front of us. Trying to get a screen set there. Screen and roll with a big body there. Jamel Shipp, he gets the basket as he rolls off the screen. Good pass there by Tolliver. 11-10, Rams regain the lead inside 3 minutes, first quarter.
Good execution of pick and roll.
Dolman gets it top, misses the shot. Ball hits the floor. Dolman gets on the floor. Dolman then, as if it's a fumble in football, he found his way under Shipp and reached up and got the ball, jump ball.
That's a win on those 50-50 battles that we're talking about right there. He was on the floor with 2 Rams, you know, and ended up getting a tie-up and Raiders basketball underneath the basket.
Togarepi to trigger the box out of bounds play again. Allensworth made a cut. They get it into Reed. Reed, short in the right corner. No good, left corner. Long pass down, Rams. And a good job as Walker tipped it briefly, but then Brown got the basket. 4 straight points at the 3-point lead. And here the Rams take it away again. And traveling way out here at 18 feet from the basket, trying to start his move was Postlethwaite. And a turnover there with the bright shoes.
Well, after the turnover for Notre Dame, you know, Allensworth going 1-on-3, going to the basket. You don't need to do that. Run your sets, you know, get your good looks underneath the basket.
F-Tank's back into the ball game. Thrown down, and it's over F-Tank's head this time. Raiders were trying to beat the pressure by getting it over that first and second level. Rams have it in the half-court set. Tolliver goes inside. Nice tip out there by Sully Walker. Togarepi gets the steal. TJ works against his man.
Tolliver.
Into the left corner. Dolman. Good! Dolman hits a three-pointer. Gavin Dolman. He's got 7 already, and that three-pointer brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. 12th and Seminary Road since 1978. We're tied at 13.
First three-pointer for the Raiders in, a game and a quarter, basically.
Indeed. 1:39 and counting left in the first quarter, tied at 13. And there it is. Caught it on the body as he made a spin move. That was Brown. Allensworth guarding. Made the spin. Once it got on the body, that's a double dribble. Raiders basketball back with 1:35.
Well, you'd rather see Brown trying to make that move than Postal Wade or Tolliver.
Exactly. Force it to somebody that's not used to handling the basketball.
Oh, yeah.
TJ will bring it to the timeline as Tolliver waits. To the left side. Still 30 feet from the basket, trying to back him in.
Got to be careful with the basketball. Tolliver guard.
Yep, Dolman sends it over. We're starting our offense at 30 or 35 feet away.
Yeah.
Got to find a way to get it a little tighter. Allensworth, crossover dribble at the top of the key. And there's your problem when you lose the ball. The Rams are already down court. And a shot from I'll tell you, that was a tough shot from the angle. He hit that one. That was Brown. Brown's already got 9 points in this game.
What was that, 3 turnovers by Allensworth in the last 4 trips?
And we're down already inside 1 minute. Togarepi out to Walker. Foul.
Postal Wade? All right.
Checking that on the far side. Postal Wade his first. Third team foul against the Rams.
He's another one of those defensive dogs you got to watch because, he'll take it from you and go the other way.
I think he had 6 assists and 7 steals yesterday.
7 steals, yeah.
With points and rebounds. 55 seconds left and counting. Raiders with the ball. They anticipate where you're going, too. F-Tank hands to Allensworth off the right side. He's behind the arc. Jace trying to go one-on-one. Jace, crossover dribble. Jace all the way to the basket. Leave your jock strap back there 15 feet away. Allensworth in for the layup and the score. We're tied.
Well, and the way Manuel, run their defense, you had the Ship kid at 6'6" trying to guard him out front. That ain't going to work.
That's an awful short 6'6". He's got the Charles Barkley 6'6".
Well, yeah.
There's no doubt. Down to 20 seconds left.
He's a
first quarter.
Big solid 6'6".
He is solid, though, yes. Tolliver back near half court at the top of the eye in Illini. Down to 10 seconds. Rayton to set it off. Raiders in man-to-man waiting for help.
Good.
Tolliver spins. Allensworth there. We let the shot go from the right side. No good for 3. Ball's tipped around. The shot was taken by Booker. And that's how you'll close out the first quarter of the state tournament. Your Quincy Notre Dame Raiders 15, the Peoria Manual Rams 15. And we're back with second quarter action right here in Champaign and on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Ride the Baja Wave and refresh your senses with a blast of tropical lime flavor. Grab a Mountain Dew Baja Blast today. Do the do.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Full house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
Back after one quarter at the State Farm Center in Champaign-Urbana. Wellman and Pettit, one's in the books. We had changes of leads. Manual 5-4, Raiders 8-5. Manual 9-8, Raiders 10-9. Manual 13-10, Raiders tied it at 13. Manual took the lead at 15-13. Raiders closed it out 15-15. And what you expect for the Raiders leading the way in the first quarter. Dolman's got 7, Allensworth's got 6. We're 4 for 4 from the charity stripe, and we hit a 3. On the other side, leading the way is Brown already. He's got 9 points. Ship with 4 and Booker with 2. And when you look at that coming into this game, what did Brown average? I don't think Brown was that high in the average. Brown averaged 10 a game, or no, he had 10. There were no stats.
No,
you couldn't find stats.
No stats at all, but you could tell that, 6'4" athleticism, and being a fourth option, within the offense. Good looking player, and to be honest with you, I love Tolliver. I'm sitting there watching him going, guarding our guys out front. Like I say, they got some dogs, especially on the defensive end. And when they want to turn it up, we got to take care of the basketball.
Key for the Raiders, I think, too, in the offensive set. Can't start your offense at 30 feet from the basket.
Well,
so you've got to find a way when the overpressuring the guy who's handling the ball and the first 2 outlet passes, either way. So you've got to really overplay. So as we talk about in a full court situation, in the half court. Somebody's got to be open 2 passes away. The key is, though, to be able to make that pass and find them while you're getting hounded with Rams in front of you, like orange and black.
Well, my biggest thing is if they're going to pressure the wings, you got to dribble at it and go back door, and then finish it off and make sure you space the floor properly.
Starting the second quarter, Rams have the basketball. Long shot from outside, air ball. Trying to save the ball as it was in was Humbles, as it's Humbles, Tolliver.
Let them shoot the threes. They ain't going to beat you from the three-point line.
Yeah, Brown and Ship were the starters in there for the second quarter. Now leaving the game is Brown. Coming back into the game is Booker.
Was that Brown that shot the ball? That's why he's sitting on the bench right now.
Big-time air ball.
Just starting the second quarter.
From long range. Raiders start the quarter with Togarepi coming across the timeline on Tolliver.
Be careful.
Rowan Stegeman checked in for a little muscle, and he is matched up. Robbie Reed, pass inside. F-Tank gets fouled. And rounding it out, Sully Walker is your other starter for the second quarter. So Allensworth and Dolman getting a break to start off. F-Tank will head to the line to shoot a couple free throws.
And that's Postlewaite's second. That's good. He's one of those dogs I was talking about.
Postlewaite has 2. Humbles has 2.
Yep.
F-Tank connects on the first free throw. Raiders connecting out there, take the lead again 16-15.
If we start getting into Manuel's bench, could be very successful.
There we go, starting off 6 for 6 from the charity stripe today. 17-15, Raiders lead, 30 seconds into the second quarter. Tolliver brings it down with F-Tank on him, ball to the right side. That's Postlewaite. Back to the top of the key, one pass goes left wing. Tolliver has it on the wing, looking, couple cutters. Postlewaite will come back out at the top.
You got Reed on him, yeah.
To the right side. That's Humbles. Humbled with Walker. Sully playing. Sully's got the height out there. Tolliver drives the lane, quicks to the corner. 2 passes out, puts it on the right side. Good defense from the Raiders. Good switch here. Stegeman and Sully Walker switched off. Ball goes down. Driving, losing the ball. Almost out of bounds, kicks it to the left corner. Booker, he's thinks to make a move, and we'll make a call with 13 feet from the basket. Ball will go out of bounds. Togarepi the foul for TJ, his first, and the first on the Raiders in the ballgame. No fouls in the first quarter.
Good move by the Rams, but better move by the Raiders on defense.
Ball outlet in front of us. Humbles lost the handle right in front of us. TJ gets it after it goes out of bounds, and Raiders will have the basketball. Robbie Reed will trigger it in.
17-15 with 6:49 to go.
Substitute Jaquan Brown checks back in. Booker checks out.
Well, after he got talked about what he needs to do right.
And what he doesn't need to do. Taking a long shot, uncontested. F-Tank across the timeline. They'll get it to Stegeman. Rowan's going to drive to the basket. Rowan hard to the basket. He started that drive 30 feet from the basket. It's your 6'1" post player with muscle, and you don't expect that. And Brown came over with the foul, his first, and it's the second against Peoria, and Rowan to the line to shoot 2.
I don't think we've seen that, out of Rowan, but, that was a good, strong move to the hole. Now you got to make the free throws.
Well, I talked about yesterday when he's in front of us, he was guarding a guy 30 feet from the basket.
Yep.
And when he turned to the 45 and shoulders and went back, he looked like an outside linebacker covering a tight end or receiver coming out of the backfield. Second one rattles. Reed reaches between 2 guys.
Patience.
Out to F-Tank. Across to Togarepi.
Patience.
Raiders get another possession.
Good job.
Stegeman scoops it as he drove the lane. Kicks it out. Reed kicks it to the corner. Walker, his 3 almost went in. Missed it. Rebound the Rams.
Wow.
And Stegeman's running along on defense.
Postlewaite.
Ball inside. Humbles lost the handle. Luckily, it got away from the basket. Now driving in traffic. Wow, Postlewaite gets his first basket, ties the game at 17. Big time traffic there when he dribbled through the Raiders.
He's one of those dudes that can go 15-20 tonight.
Robbie Reed almost lost the handle. Walker drives the left baseline. Kicks it over to Rowan Stegeman. On the right block, Stegeman with the score. 19-17.
What great minutes by Stegeman here.
Not just his defense moment, his offense.
Oh, yeah.
5:44 left, first half action. Raiders lead 19-17. Humbles, he's got Walker on him on the right wing. Looking inside, they're trying to get it into Booker. Check that, Brown.
Reed on Postlewaite.
Brown, a little more height, trying to get Togarepi. Ball goes to the left side, making the drive to the hole. Ship. The big man stopped too close to the lane, stayed in the lane, finally gets out. I did like that in the first game. He had a guy fall in the lane. They didn't call 3 seconds. They gave him time to get out of the lane. Raiders ratcheting up the D. Right side, Tolliver looking for the lob. It's there now. Weak side, Walker.
Travel.
And a good call there. Sully Walker came and got off his feet. If he would have waited, that being Brown, he'd have had Walker on the floor and maybe an and one, but instead of travel, and now Allensworth comes back in, and Dolman.
Great help side defense by Walker.
Yeah, they're trying to set up Brown, who's got the height at 6'4", against Togerepi at 6'1". 5 minutes left as Allensworth brings it across. Jace hesitates, pulls up, 12-footer, off the glass. I love it. The glass is your friend, 21-17.
The little kiss off the glass.
F-Tank gets the ball as it rolls off of Postlewaite's feet. Down to the right corner, Dolman, driving baseline, spins, kicks it back out. Allensworth almost lost it. It went through 3 Raiders' hands, and F-Tank finally tracked it down. Lob, wow! Dolman lobbed that ball from 30 feet away, off-balanced. Allensworth falling back, caught it, and laid it in.
Well, I mean, Postlewaite's listed as 6'2", but he doesn't have the body to go with Allensworth underneath the basket.
6-point run and a lead for the Raiders as Coach Jordan was all the way on the court without checking in. 4:19 left, halftime. Raiders with a lead, 23-17. Back with more at Lou Henson Court right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
It's that time of year and spring is right around the corner. With Best Kept Sod Farm Services, you can rest assured that our team of landscape professionals will provide all of your landscaping needs. We offer sod sales, delivery, and installation, and also full-service landscaping solutions and property maintenance to achieve that desirable curb appeal. Don't wait. Call or text Best Kept Sod Farm today at 217-779-0620 to discuss your landscaping needs.
Back at the State Farm Center. Good run here by the Raiders. Tied 15-15 at the quarter. Tied at 17 after the first 2 buckets. Well, it's 2 free throws by the Raiders as F-Tank hit 2 free throws. So 17-17, Raiders pick it up, get a steal. 3 buckets in a row, and next thing you know, it's a 6-point lead, 23-17.
Well, it starts on the defensive end, and going down and getting good looks, and then being patient on the offensive end. They had 2 or 3 where they could have went in, and try to, 1-on-2 going up to the basket or whatever. They brought it out. They were patient. They passed the ball around. Then it opened up, and you took it to the hole. It got an easy look.
We got better penetration to start our offense, too. It wasn't at 30 or 35 feet, and we're noticing if they're overplaying and they're out there that far, something's got to be open, as I mentioned earlier, in the back line, and we are finding that moving the basketball.
Well, once again, we've shot 8 free throws. They've shot none. Both of us are 8 for 14, from the field, but we're taking the ball to the hole, getting fouled.
Awesome job there as Tolliver has the basketball for the Rams. F-Tank guards him. Tolliver brings it right. Little 14-footer, baseline, good. That's Hummel's first basket of the ball game. He's the All-Stater.
Can't leave him.
Raiders with the basketball across the timeline. Sully Walker has it. Walker takes it against Booker. F-Tank gets it at the half-court line.
Watch Tolliver, I'm telling you.
Down to the right corner. Allensworth spreading the offense out. Allensworth all the way to the hole.
Traveled.
And Jace working hard, trying to drive. Lots of hands, lots of ball contact. And Jace trying to do a spin move. And somewhere in there, you thought there was a foul, but we're on the other end.
Well, once again, you got to put him down the block, let him catch the ball down there and start operating.
Spreading it out, it looks like we're trying to do a lot of man-to-man. Taking it to the court, taking it to the hole. Shot no good from the corner, post away.
Their battle.
3 of the Raiders in there, Dolman, F-Tank, and Reed. Tipped out of bounds. It will be Rams basketball as Togerepi back in. Walker out. And it'll be Rams basketball under the basket. Postal weight will trigger the box out of bounds play for the Rams. 2 slashers to the basket. No. Yeah, they do send it to Brown. Brown, turnaround. Brown's shot is good. Touched a lot of the rim on that one.
Well, they switched up, and you had Togerepi down there on Brown. 6'4" against 6'1". Not going to turn out very well.
3.5 left in the half. Raiders still with the lead by 2 with the basketball. Allensworth out high with Humbles on him. Beats him to the basket. Goes to the hole. No good. Ball's tipped up. No good. Boy, he's getting all the way to the hole. Getting it up on the rim, too. Rams down the left side. Humble starting to make a move. Blocking fall, they'll say out of bounds on the floor.
Well, and we're on a 4-0 run for Peoria Manual. Scores down to 23-21 with 3:09 to go.
TJ the foul, his second. Togarepi. Team fouls 2, apiece on both teams in the second quarter. Back out at the top of the key. With the ball is Booker, who just checked in. Right side to the point guard, Tolliver. Booker comes over to set a screen. Now trying to bounce it in there. Ball got knocked over, pass to the opposite side, left wing. Tolliver comes and gets it. Still being guarded by F-Tank, his numeral counterpart. Trying to set a screen for him was Brown. Now Brown will fall into the high post. Now Brown goes over. Tolliver crossover dribble. Throws it up on the rim. Wow. That ball touched every part. You thought the way it was shot off the board, it was going to bounce on this side.
You got to do a better job on the pick and roll. You know, when he's coming off the pick and roll, you got to hard hedge it out, you know, and push him out to the basket. You know, we kind of stayed back a little bit on that and, you know, went right to the basket. And he will do that. He did that last game.
F-Tank got called for his first foul. Three-point play was completed by Tolliver, his first points of the game.
Manuel's up by 1 now.
Down court, blocking out of bounds. Dolman was there. Behind him was Postlewaite. It is a 7-point run now by the Rams, who lead by 1 with 2:38 left first half, 24-23. Togarepi will take it out of bounds with a box out of bounds play. Dolman pops to the corner, comes all the way out high to F-Tank. F-Tank backs it out, right side to Togarepi. TJ 30 feet from the basket. Humbles guards him. Humble stays in front, although has that hand on his hip.
Oh.
They called traveling.
Well, he went up in the air and came back down before he passed the ball. You know, defensive intensity is picked up by Manuel here in the last couple of minutes.
Humbles has that hand on him, touching him every once in a while. I'm surprised being out on the perimeter, not getting that call.
Well, this is state basketball here. Physical.
Tolliver with the ball. In between the circles, go left side to Humbles. He stops at the left elbow, kicks it back out to Tolliver. 2:10 left in the first half.
A little general out front, you know, pulls it out, sets stuff up.
High post, Brown. Now coming over is Booker, too. Double high post screens. Brown slides off, goes to the left side. Brown tries to spin it 14 foot. F-Tank, great defense. Humbles, though, goes back door. Humbles gets the backdoor cut. He hesitates, takes the shot, and scores. Raiders down by 3. 9-point run unanswered by the Raiders on the Rams. F-Tank comes to get the ball, almost lost a hand on the ball, then does. Booker playing the same style ball the Raiders play, being aggressive and going after it. And with all that overplaying, if you can protect the basketball and get it, but if you're going to be trying to pick the ball up at 30 feet away from the basket, starting your offense, everything else is going to fall apart.
Well, this is a Rams defense that got 13 steals, you know, in the semifinal game against a good Tolono Unity team. They're going to come out, they're going to pressure you. You have to take care of the basketball. We haven't done a very good job here in the second quarter.
Tolliver has the ball at half court with 1:20 left in the halftime. F-Tank playing some pretty good D there. Closely guarded for about 3 seconds. Allensworth comes over to help out. Reed also is on the left wing. He's got Postlewaite, as on the right wing is Humbles. Down running the baselines, Booker as well as Ship.
Good luck guarding this little spark plug out front.
1 minute left in the first half. Ball goes to Humbles. Here's remember that triple team, or that chasing him down for the double team.
They want the last shot. Shoot, they go up 29-23 at half. They'll be happy.
Humbles takes it in, back out with the dribble. Far side Postlewaite being double teamed there by Allensworth and Dolman. Surprised they can pass up that shot when you get to 15 foot, but good patience here from the Rams.
Well, you don't want Booker taking that shot. You know, guy off the bench, no. Pass it back out.
Postlewaite being guarded by Allensworth. Close to a 5 call. Allensworth steps through, gets it to Tolliver. Under 25 seconds left in the half. 2 more passes. Postlewaite, Tolliver, both out high at half court. Down to 15 seconds. Manuel, ball control here with a 3-point lead. Tolliver kicks it back out. Dolman almost had a chance to reach out and grab that one.
They need to go now.
Down to 6 seconds. They're going to have to fire one up, and it's going to be Tolliver throwing one up at half. No good. Bounces 3 times. Reed gets the rebound. And we are at the half. After 15-15 in the first quarter. Second quarter, Rams sneak out the last 9 points of the half after the Raiders had a 6-point lead. And they'll take a 26-23 lead in at the half.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those games to where, you know, Manuel's going to pull it out. You know, they just want one more point than you do at the end of the game. You know, they just took off a minute and 20 seconds, you know, off the clock, handling the basketball, you know, and then getting the final look at the half. You know, it's going to be one of those games to where it's going to come down to the last 2 minutes of the game. And, you know, possession by possession is very, very important offensively and defensively.
Halftime here at the State Farm, the 2A championship game. Halftime has Peoria Manual Rams leading the Raiders 26-23. We'll break down some more stuff at the Mecca Mobile Studio when we get back here in Champaign-Urbana on MeccaSportsCo.com.
The official IHSA state final merchandise.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at QND Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Spring is right around the corner with warm weather approaching quickly. Best Kept Sod Farm offers a full line of landscaping services. We can provide the labor. If you thrive on DIY, we can give you advice or recommendations on how to make your lawn the talk of the neighborhood. No job is too big or too small, and as always, we provide free estimates. Best Kept Sod Farm is a local company who strives for excellent customer satisfaction and takes pride in what we do. Contact us today by phoning or texting us at 217-779-0620 to discuss your project needs.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argobright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argobright Electric. Home rewiring? Argobright Electric. Whole house generators? All it takes is one call to Argobright Electric. 224-5557.
And a fine sponsor of Raider basketball and Quincy basketball. 8 open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main. They've got the OG sandwiches, the signatures, the smash burgers as their features. They're open Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday on the 6th Street Promenade. Also across the street, Atlas Slice at 121 North 6. Chef-driven craft pizzas and wings from an open flame high heat oven. Open Thursdays 5 to 8, Friday and Saturday 5 to 9. That's Atlas Slice 121 North 6. And across the street, 8 open 601 Main, the North Street Promenade. And welcome back to halftime here at the State Farm Center. They're going to do some young kids shootouts here, as they've got 6 or 7 spots on the floor. All kinds of activities out there. Also join us not only in the postgame brought to you by Hardee's on 30th and Broadway, but after this ball game they'll have the trophy presentations, and we'll be getting all the medallions as well. So best finish ever for the Quincy Notre Dame Raiders with either a first or a second. And this game started off with the Rams starting the first bucket. Raiders got up 4-2. We talked about the switching back and forth as it was tied 13 and 15. Actually, it was tied at 9, 13, and 15. And at the end of one, it was 15-15. Second quarter, after each team got 2 points, 17-17. Raiders went on a 6-point run, took a 6-point lead, 23-17. But the last 9 points of the half went to the Rams, including an and one, and they lead 26-23 with that 9-point run. And, Coach, it's the pressure is the key. We mentioned that for both teams, actually, but the Rams especially. For the Raiders to be good, moving the basketball and getting it down low like we were, or getting it out to where we got a one-on-one with a mismatch is a good thing out there. But trying to start your offense and make passes 30 feet for the basket with overplay is not the place to be.
No, I mean, and you know, that all goes back to Manuel, you know, on the defensive end and their athleticism. getting out and guarding. That's one of my keys to the game, offensively. Don't be loose with the ball, because this team had 13 steals, in the last game, against Kelowna. They're probably halfway there right now, with the Raiders. So, I mean, it's one of those things. You got to take care of the basketball, run your stuff. Don't get, too, I got to take it to the basket, 1-on-3, because that's not going to work against this athletic group.
And I thank Tom Mecklenburg for that shout out there. Of course, he is keeps the book for West Hancock. And of course, Mr. Knowles is first team all-stater there, as we saw him a little earlier today. And Tom sends us those scores throughout the season when West Hancock. We thank that as well. Anybody who's touching base. We mentioned earlier too, Manual won the first game, Marshall, 52-44 to win the Class 1A. 3 and 4 come up later on the day. Halftime right now here. Raiders find themselves down to the Rams 26-23. We'll be back with more of the halftime. MeccaSportsCo.com.
This stream is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co., your streaming platform for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams. Be sure to subscribe and like on YouTube and Facebook. Just search Mecca Sports Co., and you won't miss a thing from QHS Blue Devils and Lady Devils, with coverage for the QND Raiders and Lady Raiders on the road. Be sure to visit MeccaSportsCo.com for the complete schedule of games and more.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Back at halftime here in Champaign-Urbana, Wellman and Pettit. They were just playing the Blues Brothers out there, and Coach made a reference about that. I said, I don't think so. I think Charlie Church and Kevin Wan, they were the Blues Brothers for a lot of years around Quincy and performing, and so we'll leave that up to them. There's Sam Knox across the way, of course, part of the IHSA. Also, we talked about Justice Keene, the voice of Macomb Bombers. He started that way back in 8th grade. He's worked his way through Macomb. He's at Spoon River, and I believe going to transfer back into Western Illinois, but part of the IHSA team here today. Brad Gooding also popped up as Brad was holding on the medallions. Brad, of course, a Southeastern grad, played up there. I covered him back there. I covered him at John Wood Community College for the first teams they ever had, which goes to show you how long I've been doing this. And Brad, of course, was at, I believe he was at Illini West when his son was playing as a principal, went over to Rushville, and now he's at Hamilton, which is West Hancock. So
I think I interviewed for that job with him a long time ago.
That might have possibly been. So, and if we really go back to Brad, of course, his brother Mick's around Quincy, and his dad was a great guy. He used to stop at Alexander Lumber in Bowen. It's not there anymore, and talk to him basketball all the time. So, halftime in the books, and look, Allensworth's got 10. He's worked on both quarters. First quarter was Gavin Dolman. Dolman had 7 points for the Raiders in the first quarter. Second quarter, Rowan Stegeman, by the way, his minutes were awesome. Rowan came in, and we usually see him as a defensive guy. He'll come in for the big guys. Caden Marth will come in as the sophomore on the other side for the guards. Rowan not only came in and played physical D, he took the ball to the hole a couple times, starting 25 feet from the basket. Did get to the line and took a couple free throws, missed those, but did get a basket in that first half as well. So good to see his play out there. But we are 6 for 6. Oh, check that, I forgot Rowan's 2 missed free throws. 6 for 8 at the charity stripe. You look back over here on the other side, only 1 free throw, and that's Tolliver on a blue collar 3-pointer when he closed out there. Leading the way is Brown. He's got 11, including a 3. He had 9 in the first quarter. We only gave him a bucket in the second quarter. Humbles, who didn't score the All-Stater in the first quarter, did have 2 buckets in the second quarter. So,
well, we've done a good job against their offensive threats, but, you know, Brown's one of those dudes, X factors, you know, that, you know, we're paying too much attention to Postal Wade, you know, and Humbles, you know, that he's going to sneak in and slash to the basket. So we got to make sure all 5 guys, you know, are defending, you know, this second half.
In that first quarter, too, Raiders did not commit a foul. First half, they only committed 3. On the other side, only 5. So you've got Postal Weight and Humboldt both with 2 fouls for the Rams. On the side for the Raiders, TJ Togarepi got the first 2 fouls, and Bo got a foul. So no foul trouble, so you expect both teams to play just as physical as they did in the first half, maybe even ratchet it up a little bit more.
Well, yeah, it's definitely going to ratchet up here, in the second half. Definitely. No ifs, ands, or buts. If it doesn't, the team that doesn't ratchet it up is going to be on the losing end of this ball game.
I love it. We're right here at the top of the key of the Raiders basket, straight across from the Raiders bench. On that one, a ball was bouncing our way, and Sully looked up at me like, that's my fault. I think his shot from 3 hit the rim and ricocheted straight out here. I had the rebound covered. So key to the second half, Coach, and it's a lot of the keys to the first half and the whole ball game is trying to maximize your defense against a very quick offense and defense of the Rams.
Well, you got to play them the right way. You can't be out there on Tolliver, out there guarding him out front. You want him to shoot the basketball. Who's ever guarding him should be top of the key, because you can challenge him because he's only 5'8". Postal Weight and, Humbles, watch out for Humbles. Second half, last game, went off. I think he had like 16 of his 18 points in the second half. So you got to watch him because, he'll get into the game. And, like I say, their defense, you got to take care of the basketball. Because they're going to get out there and they're going to get after you. So if you take care of the basketball second half, not turn the ball over, for them to go the other way, I think we'll be okay.
And, of course, we came back here at halftime at the Mecca Mobile Studio. Brought to you by Sleep Tight, better bed, less money. Sleep Tight, Quincy and Jacksonville. That's sleeptightmidwest.com. We thank them as well as all of our sponsors all season long. Guys who've been with us guys and gals for a few years, and even those who came on, a couple of them came on after the Comets run to the state tournament as we had a chance to go over to the IHSA for the second year in a row. Last year was a championship game. This year still they played well, and just to get there, that's the key. And there's the buzzer getting ready for the second half.
The key is working during the summer and getting better, bigger, stronger, faster, and then, you'll be here, playing for a state championship.
That is
game.
so true. And like you heard so many coaches, Ken Schiff the other day in our interview, as well as Coach Altmix talking about it, these guys bought into it early. They bought into, and when you say buy into it, that doesn't mean you're giving a bunch of BS. That just means, hey, when you give them the plan, here's how we get to where we want to go, here's the work we have to do, and you say, yes, sir, and you do it. And then you get on that, because you cannot decide right at the beginning of the basketball season, now I'm going to start working. Okay, by the end of the season it might help, but all that, really, you're lifting, you're shooting, you're getting to know everybody on the floor. That takes time, and that's nowadays you can do it because most guys, well, some guys in the Raiders still play other sports.
Well, speaking about ball, effort on the defensive end, execution on the offensive end. That's what you got to buy into.
Second half will start off with the Raiders will have the basketball. A nod to Bo, their F-Tank, as he comes over to get the ball. Jace Allensworth, TJ Togarepi, Robbie Reed, and Gavin Dolman will be for the Raiders. On the other side, Tolliver, Brown, Humble, Ship, and Postal Weight. I'm sure they weren't going to start the other guys. Raiders working left to right.
Played, what, 6?
7. Nope, they haven't. Yeah, Morris did come in for a minute maybe. Shot from the right corner. Oh, F-Tank's ball rolled in and out. Thought we had a good look. Humble's got the rebound for Peoria Manuel, heading off the other way.
Almost a travel.
Yes, exactly right. Postal Weight on the right side, left side. Tolliver now being guarded by Robbie Reed. Reed stays with him and blocks the shot. Tolliver tried to pull up on the shot. He had about 6 feet between him and Reed.
Well, 5'8", versus 6'6".
Reed closed down on it so well and blocked it out of bounds. Rams basketball. Coming over to set a screen with Ship. Ship spun over. Ship got the ball and then went up. And when he went up, the ball got stuck between him and Dolman. That was called a jump ball. And it will go over to the Rams. Raiders will get the next one. 30 seconds into the third quarter here. 26-23, Rams from Peoria Manuel with the lead.
Well, that's one thing. The Raiders, second halves defensively have been outstanding. I look for them to come out now and close it down.
Ship was going from one block to the other, and his push-off knocked Dolman down initially. Back to the top, Postal Weight. Being guarded there by Robbie Reed. Postal Weight Takes it left side to Tolliver behind the arc. F-Tank's got him. F-Tank comes on top of the screen. Hummels comes around the screen on the right side, gets the ball with a dribble. Stops at 15. His shot's no good. Allensworth with the great screen out against Brown. Reached up with the one hand as he held him off with the other hand. Raiders in the half-court set with the basketball. Allensworth starts out at 30 feet. Drives to the hole. Great layup, but it just came off the front of the rim. That ball bounced off and caught the front. Took one extra hop. Rams with the basketball. Great job by Allensworth stopping Postgame. They'll call Jace for the foul. It'll be his first and the first foul of the second half.
Oh, this second half's going to be physical as heck.
Ball will go, all the way down to the block, okay, or on the baseline. Couple cutters. Ship gets it dropped down to him right in front. Ship trying to take Dolman. Ship goes, has it knocked away by Dolman. And then Ship touches it. I'll tell you, Dolman, a great football player, physical. But Ship's got he's got some mass to him. So when he and muscle, I should say.
Well, but he's not 6'6" either. He's probably 6'2 and a half.
But he does have the muscle. That can't hide.
Oh, yeah.
But Dolman's banging with him quite well. In the middle of the court, half court. Allensworth had the ball knocked away by Tolliver. Tolliver gets it down in the half court. Brown picked it up. And then he gets it down to the block. Tolliver was sitting down there waiting for the pass back. Gets the first basket of the second half.
Once again, that's the defensive dog, Tolliver, that, if you be loose with the ball, he's going to take it and go the other way.
11-point run now is given a 5-point lead by the Rams. Left corner, 3, no good. Taken by Allensworth. Tolliver, the shortest guy, got the rebound as it bounced back to the strong side. Run in the lanes. That was a good job of touching the ball for the Raiders. Trying to make that long pass was Postgame. Dolman, good pass and a great catch. Reed made a great catch. Dolman, overhead pass. Reed made a reverse layup and another one that bounced out.
He's had three of those.
Reed fights in with Brown. Brown, turnaround shot. And a timeout before he gets the shot off. It was a single man defense to a double team, to a triple team. By the time Brown finally got to turn around, shoot it, Coach Jordan didn't like that call a timeout. Now the Raiders have not scored yet, but we've been point blank in the third quarter already. We had the first one by Allensworth, the left-hand layup, but he was driving from about at 30 feet, so that momentum carried him. Ball tipped off the front of the iron, and on that last one, I'll tell you what, Dolman coming down 3-on-2, how he saw Reed through the back of his head. It was a Larry Bird type pass over his head, over his shoulder. Reed got it and did the reverse layup. It looked like 2 points and then jumped out.
Love the defensive intensity start the third quarter, by the Raiders. I mean, they basically bottled up this very athletic manual Ram team.
Rams will have the ball out of the timeout under their basket on the baseline. They'll run a box out of bounds play. That's 2 people on the low post, 2 people on the high post. The elbows, as I taught these kids way back when. Rams will set the offense back now. Tolliver's going to bring it out. He's in between the eye and the top of the key. I'd let him shoot any kind of pull-up. Yeah. Hummels, though, drives baseline, and Hummels just drives in, leans his shoulders back, makes the basket, and gets fouled.
All about defense. You gotta stay in front of Tolliver. Make him shoot over you, challenge the shot. He's not going to beat you like that. That's how he's going to beat you, getting in the middle of the lane, making a pass to these slashers that he's got, on his team.
Foul was called against Togarepi. It's his third foul. And completing the 3-point play on the other side was Humbles. He's got 6. Coach said watch out for him in this half.
31-23 here with 5:19 to go. Another turnover.
Raiders tried to throw it down, but it wasn't there on the baseline. Humbles took it away. In transition. Rams get it out in front. Brown. And Brown ducks down underneath. Boy, I'll tell you what, that shot didn't look like it was going to go either. It hit the left side of the rim, it hit the backboard. Normally those shots might curl off, but this time it curls in, and a possible and one. 2 in a row here.
Not a bad fourth option, if you're being athletic and running up down the floor.
Timeout taken after the foul. Foul was called on Allensworth, his second. So already in the third quarter, Raiders have 3 fouls, I believe. Yes, 3 team fouls.
Well, they're on a 7-0 run, start the third. Put the lead up to 10.
It's a 16-0 run going back all the way into this first half as the Raiders led 23-17. A 9-point run to close the half off for the Rams. They start off this one with 7 more. So as Coach just mentioned, 16-point run, a chance to make it 17 when you come back out of the timeout.
And well, and it's all defensive pressure by Manual. I mean, they're getting out after it, you know, especially in the half court. They're not going full court, but, you know, they're right there at half.
You know, if those 2 layups that roll out go in, though, and not an if, and, or the, but if they go in, we're still in a 6-point game. I mean, that's where those close ones, you know, the ones that roll in and out, you know, you're going, we need those, but that's all right. Raiders are fine here with 5:09 left, third quarter action. 33-23 now. Rams have built up a 10-point lead.
Well, and you know, I'm sure Coach Altmake's talked about it. You know, it starts on the defensive end, you know, and there is no 10-point shot that you can make. So, you know, come down, you know, every possession, offensively and defensively count.
As we mentioned out of that, the second foul on Allensworth. Togarepi has 3. Brown's going to shoot with 4 Raiders in the lane to rebound. Brown got a little lime is basically fluorescent lime. He misses. Rebounding Gavin Dolman. Raiders bust down court. F-Tank, top of the key, starts to bring it. Bo slashes the basket. Good job by Bo F-Tank. He slashes the basket as he did to start the game off yesterday. Check that Thursday. And that breaks that long run of 16 points. Raiders are down 33-25. Inside 5 minutes left, third quarter action. Left side humbles, Raiders playing man-to-man. Raiders had the matchup over there. Both guys matching up their numbers. TJ now pushing up Tolliver. Raiders pushing the offense out for the Rams. Left side humbles, being guarded by his numero counterpart, number 22, Robbie Reed. Back to the top. One pass to the right side and a cut screen away. Post 08 makes a drive. Post 08 finds his man wide open. That rotation like that. Brown was wide open under the basket. 35-25 again.
Well, and you know what you've seen. Well, there's the
in the backcourt with a spin move after Tolliver stole it. Tolliver misses. Coming over the back was Post 08. And Post 08 last touched it. You know, again, if you know that Tolliver's coming up to be on you with a man-to-man matchup, you got to have somebody else in the backcourt as if it's like a 1-2-2 zone press with one guy out front. You run the 2 guard to bring it down. Timeout was taken, and it's going to be the 4-minute TV timeout. So with 4 minutes left in the third quarter action, Rams 35, Raiders 25. We're back with more MeccaSportsCo.com.
If you're building a house, remodeling an older home, thinking about a new deck, or need a whole new kitchen, Woodmart is your project partner. Since 1978, Woodmart has been the most trusted building materials and kitchen and bath design company in the Quincy area. At Woodmart, you'll find enthusiastic, experienced professionals helping you through every phase of your project. We offer smart advice for the contractor or do-it-yourselfer and top-quality materials. Woodmart Building Center, 2000 North 12th, Quincy, your project partner since 1978.
Who do you call for ceiling fan installations? Argerbright Electric. Electrical troubleshooting? Argerbright Electric. Home rewiring? Argerbright Electric. Whole house generators? All it takes is one call to Argerbright Electric. 224-5557.
Back at the State Farm Center, Lou Henson Court. Been a great weekend here for the state tournament for the Raiders, as well as all the teams that are here. Glad you could join us as we have all season long, whether you good stuff. Enjoyed the video, enjoyed the audio as well. Mark McDowell and Bill Cannell styling and profiling as they're in the front of the bleachers of the fans over there. Blackout for the Raiders today, I see. All the student section. Raiders have the ball. Full court pressure being applied by the Rams. Togarepi to bring it in. F-Tank back there to help along with Sully Walker. Allensworth as well. Jace gets the ball. Rounding it out is Gavin Dolman, the last 5 of the Raiders.
Be careful.
Allensworth
coming.
Yep, Allensworth takes it left side to F-Tank. F-Tank being overplayed by Post 08. Ball comes over here to TJ Togarepi. He does have Tolliver on him. Top of the key. Allensworth drops it down. Sully Walker, good Good basket with his back to the basket. Laid it in. Good pass from Allensworth, who gets the assist.
Well, we broke up to the free throw line, turned around, high-low.
3-2 at that point. You have a 3-on-2. Booker has the basketball. He came in for the Rams, gets it to Postaway. Postaway. Dolman knocks it out of bounds, but instead of just giving the ball to the Rams, they will call Dolman for his first foul of the ball game. Team's fourth.
And defensive intensity is going to pick up. That's 4 fouls with, oh, shoot, we got 3:20 left.
That's right. And in the first quarter, Raiders did not foul at all. This quarter, Rams have not fouled. Rams have the basketball. 3:20 left. Third quarter action. Sully Walker out on defense. Pushing Brown to the basket. Brown took it to the basket then, and we didn't get any weak side help. 6 points. He has 17 now. 10-point lead again by the Rams. Allensworth, short corner right. Drives in. Tries to get back out. Does get back out to the basket. Took Brown to the basket hard. It's 12 points now for Allensworth. Coach Altmix calls the quick timeout so he can re-talk about it. 30-second. We'll take one, but we'll keep it here as I tell you. When your time to eat, and it's probably a little after lunchtime there in Quincy. 8 open, a Southern Kitchen, 601 Main in Quincy. Your fried chicken sandwiches and a brioche bun. All kinds of different ones in there. The signatures, the horseshoes, but the smash burger is still one of the favorites. You can get an order ahead of time at 8open.com, Wednesday through Saturday. And also stop by the relation across the street, Atlas Slice at 121 North 6. Chef-driven craft pizzas and wings from an open flame high heat oven. That is Thursdays 5 to 8, Friday and Saturday 5 to 9. Down there where but the North Street Promenade. Back on the action now. Timeout was quickly taken by the Raiders after making the bucket. Find themselves down with 3 minutes exactly in the third quarter. 37-29, down by 8. Ball inbounded. Allensworth's going to guard it. We got full court pressure. Coming all the way down is Booker. Walker. Walker touched it, but Booker looked like he had his last hands on it last. So it will be the Rams ball. Back on the baseline. Coming to it. Tolliver getting double teamed. Ball's tipped by Allensworth. Back towards Tolliver. We're going to be right in the same place again.
Tough place to pass
right in front of the WGEM camera. Ball is about this time post away. Togarepi runs all the way down the floor with him. In the half-court set. Back to half-court.
Oh, almost over and back.
Exactly. And it's such a fine line through the orange Illini. Ball in the backcourt. Allensworth with a great save. Allensworth tried to make a pass. That's where we almost need a timeout used. We still have, 3 on both teams, but wasn't quick enough. And Jace didn't want to travel, so he thought he had a man cutting down court. F-Tank. He had Tolliver. Tolliver made a cut to the basket. Raiders closed it down. F-Tank does the same thing.
They'll try to get the last shot here with 2 minutes to go.
And they did that at the end of the half, too.
Yep.
Took off a minute 30. Humbles with the basketball, being guarded by Allensworth. Nice job on the 2 first-team All-Staters. Allensworth tipped it away, but Humbles got it back. Goes down to Brown. Brown, reverse layup. Brown having a game of his life. He's got 8 in the quarter, 19 for the ball game. Back to a 10-point lead for the Rams.
Well, like I said, he was their number 3-4 option.
When you've got 4 options, it's nice. Walker to the right corner. Allensworth steps back, takes the 3. Was a little off balance, but F-Tank gets the weak side rebound. Raiders resetting with 1:40 left. Tried to go to Walker doing a backdoor cut. The Rams were there, and they break out into a 2-on-1 and a layup on the other end by Postaway. Opens up a 12-point lead by the Rams.
41-29 with 1:25 to go here in the third.
They not only cover and overplay, but they cover up the back door too. Robbie Reed, oh my, that was a crappy call. Tolliver was in the block. Reed came down. The trail official that was right in front of us did not call it because Reed was going to an angle when Tolliver flopped. And he got a little contact, but Reed will commit his first, the 15th foul. But you notice the official with us had the great line. He did not make the call and blow his whistle. That was that, you get excited to make that charge call. 1:15 left in the quarter. Raiders are down 12 and gave up the basketball. Tolliver drives, kicks it out to the right side, almost out of bounds. Booker tracks it down. Right in front of his bench. Bow tie over there for Marvin Jordan. Looks like he's wearing a tux today, black with white shirt.
He was bow tied yesterday with a pink bow tie, I believe.
Inside a minute. Humbles has it with Dolman on him, back around the timeline. Humbles hesitation dribble, wants to bring it back out. Keep tight on him. Humbles with Dolman still on him. Double team coming for Allensworth. That's where they cut to the basket. When somebody double teams, Postaway cut to the basket.
Well, you got cut to the middle of the floor, which they did.
Right. Foul was called, and I believe it was on Robbie Reed, I believe. It'd be his second foul in a row. And it'll go Post-08, shooting free throws. This is the first time the Rams have shot a free throw that wasn't attached to an and one. Rolled out. They had the and one by Tolliver in the second quarter, and then the and one by Humbles, both completed, and Brown missed the and one. So they had 3 free throws, but both after getting fouled, and Post-08 misses the first. 42.3 left in the third.
Well, the biggest thing I look at with the stats right now, Manuel is 19 for 30 from the field, shooting 63%. So.
Raiders with the basketball. Dolman drives all the way down, gets within 4 feet. Ball off the front of the iron. Third time we've been point blank in this quarter. Can't get the ball to go in. Down to 25 seconds left in the quarter. Double play. Flashing up was Booker. Booker almost lost the ball, but went down to the short corner to the right. Good job by Sully Walker closing in on him. Tolliver will bring the dribble back out with 12 seconds to half court. Post-08 has Dolman come on him, down to 8. Watch for Ship down low after Post-08 goes to the basket. Post-08 has his shot blocked by Allensworth. And the long one, no good, as Walker got to put one up, but he was looking, not only take the ball to the hole, but he was looking for Ship. 3 quarters are in the book. After 3, the Rams from Peoria Manual, 42. Your Raiders from QND, 29. We're back with the fourth right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Bet you outdrive you this hole.
If you outdrive me, I'll take $10,000 off every car sold at Kunis Quincy this month.
Daddy needs a new ride.
Back here at the State Farm Center, University of Illinois. Right now they're honoring a great award here. A kid from Flora battled back from cancer to be playing. Craig Anderson gives the award out. Nice stuff there. Bob Daly knew a guy from Flora. His name was Jeff Harvey. He came to Eastern Illinois the same time Daly did, and Daly met him. And he said, by the way, this guy was the leading rusher in the state that year, beat me by 34 yards. And after Daly talked to him, he said, this guy was a lot like you. And I go, oh, really? Could you contain that? But yeah, Bob was talking about that. So I had to drive through Flora one year just to see the town. And here we get one of the Flora ball players up there. Congratulations. And I had mentioned earlier, on the girls' side from Bluffs, Aaron Littig's daughter was a senior. She battled back from leukemia to play basketball. That was some good stuff there to Aaron and his daughter and everybody out there for the Bluffs West Central team there. Well, closing out the third quarter with 6 points by the Rams, who cut the 8-point deficit of the Raiders and stretched it out to a 13-point deficit. The real key, I think, probably after the Raiders got a 6-point lead halfway through the second quarter, 23-17, we saw a 16-point run, 9 of those ending the first half, 7 of those starting off the second half. We were down by 10. We went from up by 6, down by 10, 33-23. Still battled back before that last 6-point run.
Well, it all comes down to assists versus turnovers. We've got 5 assists and 14 turnovers tonight. You got to take care of the basketball, against this quick, athletic team.
Fourth quarter, Raiders have the ball. Right in front of us on the right side, Togarepi, Allensworth, Dolman, F-Tank, and Reed. Allensworth drives, takes it up, good! Spin move, count it, and he was fouled. The and one potential for Allensworth.
not a good set. Mostly one-on-one, with the Raiders here. Run your sets, set a screen. That was a tough take, and he made it. So, yeah.
Entering for the Rams, number 10, Jaquan Brown.
Trying to check on who they called that foul on.
Well, once again, only 5 assists for the Raiders, in the first 3 quarters of this
That might have
game.
been Toller's first foul of the ball game. Allensworth completes the three-point play, brought to you by Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road. Your project planner since 1978, woodmartbuildingcenter.com. 42-32 with the three-point play there by Allensworth.
Well, and you got Reed out on Tolliver to try to stop. Oh.
Drive to the hole, almost could have taken a charge there. Humbles with a really acrobatic move. If somebody would have came out with a body once he got up, well, before he got in the air. Togarepi across the timeline. Tolliver guards him, man-to-man from the Rams. Hands off to F-Tank. Gets a screen at the top from Dolman.
Oh.
Dolman gets fouled on the way. It was a screen and roll. Dolman, the pass went in as Dolman was on the move with traffic around him. And I thought it was maybe an ill-advised pass.
Well, you definitely ill-advised pass. But, he had good hands, caught the ball like he will at Western Illinois University next year. And ended up finishing it, rolling on the rim.
Trying to check who the foul was called up there on. I'll check it in a second here as Dolman tries to complete the three-point play. Rolls in, rolls out. Rebound there. Post 08 on the other side. 44-34, 7 minutes left in this one. State championship. Rams have the lead by 10 and the basketball. Tolliver pops out with Togarepi on him. Through the legs a couple times. Bounce pass to the left side. That's Post 08. This team's patient as they were at the end of the first or second and third quarters.
Oh, yeah.
I would imagine they'll be patient on every possession now. Pulling up from 19 feet. No good. Ship had the ball tipped away by Allensworth. Boy, that was a good job. And then turning around, Posto-Whip, I believe, committed the foul.
Mugged him.
Raiders get it back. And, Allensworth even reached over Ship because Ship got that ball point blank. Brown's second, team's third in the fourth quarter here. Raiders on the basketball. 6.5 left, down by 10. F-Tank into the high post. Actually, at the top of the key now, Allensworth. Jace takes Brown. Eurasian, no good. Ball was tipped. Oh, and a great play there. Ship was going up for the rebound again, and this time Reed got a hand in there.
Yep.
Ball hit the rim, came right down to Togarepi. Now TJ's going to the line.
Good effort on the offensive end by Reed, getting a fingertip on that ball. So the Raiders have an opportunity to put some points on the board.
Couldn't hear who they made that foul on, so we'll wait here and just check that out. First free throw by Togarepi is good. Tolliver actually doesn't have a foul. That was the foul earlier given to, I gave it to F-Tank up there. First free throw was good. Togarepi, 2 for 2 from the line. Good job by TJ. Closes it down. Raiders put on full court pressure. 44-36. Down by 8, approaching 6 minutes left in this one. Tolliver across the timeline. F-Tank guards him. Boy, I tell you, when a guy's right there close to it, you just want to give a jump. Pass went up high with Booker. Booker almost had it knocked away. Booker tracked it down in front of his bench. Quickly back out on the perimeter.
They're definitely playing keep away now.
Tolliver and Post-Away back at half court. Humbles comes out to help on the right side. Booker in the right corner. And here's a steal by the Raiders. Reed with a steal. F-Tank goes all the way in. F-Tank count it! And he was fouled. Togarepi hit the floor, and we thought Togarepi might have been hurt. He's laying there, and F-Tank just blows right by him to the basket.
Sometimes when you pull the ball out like that, you get out of your offensive rhythm, so to speak. And right now, Manuel's out of their offensive rhythm.
Humbles his third foul. TJ now, he got popped in the head, so I think they think maybe he's a little woozy. So Sully Walker will check in. They'll probably have to have a trainer just do a quick check-in. Officials telling Coach Altmix. He goes, all right.
And this is when the Raiders are going to be a little bit vulnerable, to Manuel, especially on the offensive end, bringing the ball down the floor.
5:48 left in the game. Raiders in the fourth quarter, no fouls. Manual 5 already. So the Raiders are shooting the rest of the way out. And there's your three-point play by Bo F-Tank. Raiders on a 7-point run have closed it within 5.
44-39, 5:45 to go in the fourth.
Full court pressure. We'll get back to that three-point play in a second. Now we'll do it right now, although they'll bounce the ball all the way down. Block shot. Allensworth blocks Brown one-on-one, but Humbles gets the rebound. Boy, good stuff. You thought Brown was going to go in for the easy layup. Jace faced him up. Postal weight all the way to the hole. This time Reed commits the foul. They're going to say on the floor.
On the floor, he was.
That's what he said. Oh, because Allensworth gets called for it first. It's his third, our first of the fourth quarter. Walker out, Togarepi back in. Bucks out of bounds play from the Rams. Tolliver and Booker up at the high post. Tolliver goes right side, gets the basketball. 5:20 left in this one. Raiders have cut it to a 5-point game, 44-39 on a 7-point run. Tolliver in traffic.
Up the double team.
And there's Marvin Jordan, says, hey, I don't like this. Calls a full timeout. Raiders got the momentum going their way right now. We'll take a quick one. We're back here. Raider Basketball State Tournament, MeccaSportsCo.com.
It's that time of year and spring is right around the corner. With Best Kept Sod Farm Services, you can rest assured that our team of landscape professionals will provide all of your landscaping needs. We offer sod sales, delivery, and installation, and also full-service landscaping solutions and property maintenance to achieve that desirable curb appeal. Don't wait. Call or text Best Kept Sod Farm today at 217-779-0620 to discuss your landscaping needs.
Back after the timeout here. Cheerleaders are setting up their formation. Little pyramid and then flap down. They've been there all season long, cheering away. Wasn't sure if I still had my program from earlier in the season that I might mention all the cheerleaders at some point. 5:14 left. Peoria Manual 44, QND 39. By the way, congratulations to Derek Orn. We mentioned earlier in the season. They had a nice season out there. Congratulations to those seniors who will be moving on. Pieper down to Maryville. Durst and Bueller to Quincy University. And I still think somewhere along the line, Bozart's going to be playing ball. Out of the timeout, Rams have the basketball. Raiders doing the jump. Postaway has it out high. Togarepi on him. Postaway to the basket. All the way. Reed couldn't get there in time. His first basket. And it stopped the Raiders' 7-point run. Extends the lead for the Rams to 7. F-Tank across the timeline. Crossover in front of Postaway. Skips all the way over to the left wing. That's Allensworth. Screen away by Reed. Allensworth goes man-to-man all the way to the basket. And a foul. Ram fans don't like it as they think there was a foul or a clean block. Booker completes his second, so that was a foul on him earlier.
Now we'll see how the officials call the game, the rest of it, because they let him play for the first, 3+ quarters. We'll see if they start calling stuff, a little bit closer to the end of the game.
Allensworth had it all the way to the hoop. The shot was blocked from behind, but Jace hits the first free throw. He'll have one more. Second free throw, no good. Ball bounces out. Wow, almost. Booker grabbed the ball. F-Tank said, how is that a foul? I tell you, Bo, you had a hold of his wrist. Second foul on F-Tank, but he did try to get around Booker for the steal.
They haven't called that foul the first 3+ quarters. Now they're starting to call them a little bit tighter now.
4:44 left, 46-40. Rams lead the Raiders. Full court pressure. Reed's right there above Humbles, taking the ball out of bounds. Tolliver will go get it. In the backcourt, Reed's going to help pick it up. Pass into Humbles. Humbles hasn't brought it over yet. Humbles travels. He gets towards half court. He thought Tolliver was going to be coming up to the side where he could dish it, and Tolliver wasn't there yet. So when he turned to move, he slid that foot. Good job of Raiders in the full court.
Well, that's one thing. When they get the ball out of Tolliver's hands, they get a little bit sloppy with it. That's their 13th turnover of the game. Raiders are sitting with 14 now.
TJ Togarepi with the basketball, right in front of the scoring table on the far side. Got Tolliver on him. Getting counted by 5, so you got to get rid of the ball. High post. Actually at the top of the key, Dolman lobs it down. Whoa, that was way up there for Reed. Reed sends it out to F-Tank. F-Tank with a screen and roll for Reed. Reed gets back out and gets a score. Give F-Tank the basket. Reed his first basket of the ball game. He got behind the board, but he got back out, gathered himself. 46-42 down 4, and a timeout taken by Postgame. Raiders overplaying. Good job by the Raiders picking it up. And if you notice, early in the game, we weren't as aggressive full court like we've been. Even the third quarter, but here in the fourth, when we're no longer playing a high school game, we're on the college floor, the Raiders seem to be picking the action up. And that's where we had those great plays yesterday. Make a basket, 2 straight steals, 6-point turnover before the other team could even think about it.
Well, yeah, and, you know, with the pressure, the length of the Raiders, you know, I mean, Manuel yesterday, you know, or 2 days ago, against Tolola Unity, they got a little bit sloppy with the ball, you know, early, you know, and then came on late. You know, now they're getting a little bit sloppy, you know, with the pressure that the Raiders been putting on them all day long.
And Tolliver seems to be farther away from the ball when Humbles is ready to try and throw it in. Well, you would think they'd try to get into their point guard.
Well, yeah, I mean, because he handles the ball well, he controls the tempo. You know, they've been going to other people to handle the ball, and it's not worked out real well for them.
Don't forget to stick around in the postgame. It's the Hardee's postgame, brought to you by Brian Harms at 30th and Broadway. We'll break it all down. We'll also have the Cunis sponsored coaches' comments from the fine people at Cunis Auto Group, Faith Family, and Giving Back. And, of course, they also have Honda and Hyundai and a whole bunch of used cars out there on that brand new lot, brand new service bay, expansion out there. We give a shout out to Jeff Kahn, Levi Billman. They're your general managers of each. And then you've got Jason Buxman over top of all of them. 4:08. We just had a timeout at 4:44. 4:08. So we'll have a TV timeout at the next break. Dead ball if it gets past 8 seconds. Rams will have the ball to be able to run it. Humbles will be taking it out. Tolliver with postal weight right in front of us. Deep is Booker. Ship's not in the game as it's Brown and Booker. Ship, big strong guy, but ball comes out. Boy, I almost wanted to pass it from behind the basket. Booker came and got it. Booker at half court, right in front of their bench, almost lost the ball. Togarepi has slid out there to help out. Humbles will get it now. Reed and Allensworth closing on Humbles. Oh, and Reed takes the ball away. Outlet to Allensworth. Allensworth to the basket. No good, but it rolls out. But a foul. Jace had looked around. He had postal weight on his left. He had Tolliver on his right. The pass wasn't quite far enough out where he could outrun everybody and go in and lay it in. So he had to hesitate and wait. But he does get to shoot 2 free throws.
And the Raiders tonight so far, 11 out of 15 from the free throw line.
One bounces off. I know Jace had a tough one this half, or this quarter actually, as right now he is 1 out of 4. Missed the and one, and that would have been the and one I wish we'd have had there. Get them 2 points, close within 1. Allensworth connects on 1 out of 2. Nice job there, Jace. 46-43, Raiders down 3, full court pressure.
Once again, fourth quarter, oh!
Almost lost at half court, but the ball got away and went down all the way to Brown, and Brown got the bucket.
Oh, Holloway with the steal.
And now Tolliver gets the basket and an and one potential. Wow, what a transition right there. Allensworth had to foul, and that's going to be his 4th for Jace. It's the 3rd team foul, but all of his is in the second half. Raiders got it within 3, had the chance for a steal, and when the ball squirted away, as the completed 3-point play, by Tolliver.
15 turnover for the Raiders. Oh, charge. Oh, no, we got that call.
Very luckily because
that was a 50-50 there.
Allensworth would have been his 5th foul. For Booker, it's his 3rd foul. The good news is every foul, as we mentioned about a minute and a half ago, so 3:31 left, every foul the Raiders will shoot 2 shots. Allensworth gets 2 here. Boy, that was a nice move that Jace had the last time on that fast. Now, if that fast break pass got behind or a little farther down the court, Allensworth kind of outran his man. Jace gets the first one.
Big free throws coming up here.
One more to go with 3:31 left in this ball game. Sully Walker gets up to the bench, ready to go in. Allensworth connects on both the free throws. Good enough as a layup. Allensworth goes out because he's got 4 fouls, plus a little limp in there a little bit, so give him a chance to regain.
Offensive, defensive substitution here. You know, love Walker on the defensive end.
Yep, 51-45. Raiders are down by 6. Full court pressure. Rams beat it. Postal Weight then brings it in, kicks it back out. Walker's all over him. Picked his basketball up. Not the thing to do. Oh, he got it to Booker and somehow got it to Tolliver through 2 Raiders. Humbles. And Humbles, that was a nice move down the baseline. Double pump, came up and under.
Well, and that's Tolliver's 8th assist of the night.
Coach Altmix wants to talk about it. 30-second timeout with 3:04 left. I'll tell you what, that run of 5 points there with the basket and the three-point play, blue-collar style, extended 8. We're back to 8 again, 53-45. Still 3:04 left.
Well, the Raiders have used a lot of energy, you know, to get back into this ball game, you know, because this Manual team ain't going away.
And I think this half, we might have only gone 6 deep. First half, we had Rowan Stegeman in there to go 7 deep. But 6 this half with Sully Walker being the only other player other than the 5 starters. Allensworth has 4 fouls on him right now. Togarepi only 3. He had the first 2 fouls of the ball game. On the other side, Booker and Humbles and Postal Weight all with 3 fouls. So 5 fouls on the other side. So Raiders are shooting 2 shots the rest of the 3:04. Raiders have 3 team fouls. Allensworth goes back to half court, gets the ball. Over here to the right side to Robbie Reed. Back into the high post. Dolman made a good move against Brown. One more dribble, he's got a layup, but he decides to go hard to the basket, and blocking it from behind was Brown, but Raiders will get it. TJ will step back on the baseline. Everybody's at the high elbow except for F-Tank. Inside. Good pass inside. Allensworth falling down, gets the basket. Give Togarepi the assist. Raiders are down 53-47. Down by 6. Double team. Quickly passed out at half court. Allensworth, Togarepi. Tolliver gets rid of it. Ball's tipped away. Almost got there, but Tolliver got it. Tolliver dribbled once and then picked it up and dribbled again. I don't think the officials saw it. I think I might have been the only guy to see that. Another tip away. Humbles tracks it down, though. Into Booker. Booker will get the layup, and that's what happens when you overplay so much. You get an easy layup out of it.
Well, you got to do that. 2 minutes to go with 8, down 8 by 8. Oh.
And then a lazy pass up high and all the way to the hole. That's Brown. 57-47. So Raiders had it close within 6. Uses that energy and then has 2 turnovers. Togarepi to the basket. No good. Inside. Reed. Count it. And Reed was being pulled down by Postal Weight, who will get his 4th foul. Reed got the rebound on the weak side. As he was going up, you saw the ball in his hands go up. You saw his body go the other way. And foul called. Robbie Reed.
2 big turnovers last 2 possessions for the Raiders. They're up to 16 for the game.
Reed completes the 3-point play, brought to you by WoodmarkBuildingCenter.com. More to follow in the postgame on that one. Humbles. Oh, he got through the double team. Oh, but Dolman did a great job. It was going to be a 2-on-1. Dolman tipped it. Allensworth pulls up from the left for 3. No good. On the floor. Dolman's there. Whoa, that was a quick jump ball. Tolliver was on the floor. Dolman grabbed and pulled it away. And I think because the guys were on the floor, that was a quick jump ball.
Well, and who's on the floor? Tolliver. I'm sorry.
I think he got knocked down there maybe even.
Tolliver's got like 8 points and 8 assists and 3 rebounds, but he's the cog, of this Manual team.
1:41 left. Here's the end. Oh, great job by Allensworth this time. They've got Booker down in the end, wide open, or Brown.
Need a good look here, quick.
Togarepi to the basket. It is blocked. He was trying to go through 3 guys. Postal Weight with a block there. Twice. Dolman on one side, Allensworth on the other, used their football to come in and tip it. Otherwise, it was going to be an easy layup for the Rams. Raiders will have it under their basket. Togarepi sets a screen. Reed made a cut. Nobody really made a hard cut. Allensworth now back out to Dolman. 20-footer. Good! Dolman hits a 3-pointer. Raiders full court pressure. 57-53 down 4. Postal weight to the basket, no good. Raiders get the rebound, Dolman.
Oh.
Tolliver almost takes it away, but he gets it to F-Tank. Dolman stayed with that ball.
Yep.
Allensworth, right side, F-Tank. Oh, and he tried to go in. The pass was not there. Out of bounds, Raider ball. The pass looked like it was there, but you had to be a quick touch pass.
Oh, yeah.
And F-Tank tried to make it. Luckily, the Rams knocked it out of bounds.
Let a little bit sped up. I'd rather pull it out, pull somebody up, go to the hole.
1:02 left. Raiders will have it. Baseline, Togarepi. Around the formation, Allensworth. Not there. Now Allensworth is there. And a timeout by Altmix, and a good call.
Great timeout.
Because we tried to pass it into Allensworth, and the ball was going to get taken away, or at least knocked out of bounds. We'll keep it right here with 1:02 left in this one. The Peoria Rams, Manual Rams 57, QND Raiders 53. Great job there the last couple times in the and one as Robbie Reed completed that. And by the way, that one was brought to you by Woodmart Building Center. Ideas for every room, for every project. It's your project planner since 1978. The most trusted building materials and kitchen bath design company in the Quincy area. You heard us talk about hardware, which we'd like to have. We're going to get hardware today one way or the other. It's whether it's first or second, but you can get hardware for your job out there by Kevin Vandemet and the gang at Woodmart Building Center, 12th and Seminary Road, also known as Jack McKenzie Way, and also WoodmartBuildingCenter.com. Well, here we go, Coach. 1:02 left, 57-52. Raiders have closed down to that, getting down by as much as...
Well, they're down by 10, with like 2 minutes to go in the game.
Going back to 13 at the end of the third quarter,
Yeah.
42-29. And the Raiders had that 7-point run in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, they were down 57-47 down here with, probably 2.5 minutes to go in the game. And then they have had a couple of good defensive stands. Got the rebound, pushed it back down, taking the ball to the hole. We got to continue to do that.
Out of the timeout, Raiders have the basketball on the baseline. F-Tank gets it. He came sliding in at about 10 foot, and then he brought it back out. Bo looking for somebody to flash. He's got Reed on the left side.
That's where they want to go, right there.
Back out to F-Tank. 19-footer.
Oh.
Just breezed the rim. Looking for a block shot. Officials looked at each other. Everybody looked at each other. So they said it wasn't touched. Pressure came out on F-Tank as he tried to put the three up.
Tough shot. Challenge 3.
They tried to get him once the ball went in, come back out. Postaway with it. Postaway lost the ball because Allensworth stole it. F-Tank. Dolman. Reed, double pumps, count it, and Robbie Reed got fouled. We had Rams flying everywhere. Reed waited for the first Ram to fly by, the second Ram to fly by, took it up, got fouled, and we'll have an and one.
Reed's been very big here in the fourth quarter, gosh, yeah, what? I don't think he had any points first 3, right?
Trying to see who they called that foul up on the board. They still have Ship in the game, which he's not. Doesn't really matter.
Rebound.
Missed.
Oh, it's
and
ours.
the rebound.
It's ours.
Rams were fighting for it. Ship's back in the game. He threw it out of bounds. And Ship, I thought Ship might have been called for that since he's up there, but here we go. Raiders with the basketball. Down 2, 57-55 with 39-8. F-Tank.
Oh.
3 from the corner, no good. Weak side rebound missed. Lost by Manuel. Raiders will get it back with 36.2. F-Tank had a great look at a 3 from the right corner.
Another opportunity here.
That would have been a lead, and this place would have went nuts. Box out of bounds play. F-Tank trying to get it in. Reed cut to the basket. Out to Dolman, right side. Dolman's 3, no good. Rebounded by Tolliver. And a foul way back in the back court. Another good look here as Dolman got the ball on the right side for 3. 2 good looks at 3. And again, both of them would have made the place just go nuts. 4th foul. I'm looking up on the board. They don't have anybody for us for 4 fouls. Walker's going to check back in, though. I'll check my box scores at the end of the night for that one. More importantly, 29.4 left. Rams lead by 2, 57-55.
I think they got Allensworth for his 5th. That may hurt.
I still don't see Allensworth up there for 5. They got him out of the game.
Yeah, because 5.
Well, we'll double check that then. All right. Ball trying to get bounded. Humbles gets it. He getting double teamed right away. Back to him. Postal wait. Just hold up the ball there. Nope, it gets across court. 20 seconds left. Got to have a foul. Dolman will commit it. I got Gavin for 2, but I'll do a double check up there. It is 2. Well, darn, if that was Allensworth's foul there. Jace had 10 at the start, or after the first half. 10 in the second, 20 for the ball game. Unofficially right now. Humbles will shoot 2. He'll connect on the first one. That stopped the Raiders' 8-point run there.
Wrong dude to foul, I believe. You know, if you want to foul Tolliver, foul him. He was like 6 for 10 last game.
Second one is good as well. 4-point game for the Rams. 59-55. And a pass stolen. F-Tank has to foul. Trying to push the ball down court a little too fast. Bull will get his third. We'll go back to the line for 2 more. Wow, 57-55. 2 threes. One by F-Tank, one by Dolman to take a 1-point lead.
Well, we tried to go a little bit too fast there and push it down when it wasn't there. You know, hold it out. Make sure you take it to the hole. You might have a chance to trim it down to 1.
Hummel's free throw is out. Before that, they were 3 for 3 in the fourth quarter. They were actually 5 out of 7 for the second half. Got a screen out for the Raiders, and especially with Tolliver in the lane, the only guy. Second one is good. Humbles connects. Raiders trying to get it across half court. Left side Dolman. Sully Walker from the left corner's 3, no good. Bounced by 2 Raiders. Ship gets it. Ship's gonna go down. Ship's gonna fall down. Behind him is Toga Reppy. Ship was gonna try to go dunk that ball, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
With a lead and not realizing you had it. But 0.4 left on the clock is all there is left. 60-55, Raiders with an unbelievable valiant effort. Walker will throw it into Reed. Robbie will throw it length of the court. And that's how it'll finish. Your 6th title for the Peoria Marshall Manual, way too many of them, Rams. Raiders made a great comeback, being down 13 after 3 quarters. Brought it within 5, brought it within 2.
2, yeah,
57-55. And closing out. Boy, we had a couple good runs there. Your final, Peoria Manual 60, QND 55. But I'm going to tell you what a season for the Raiders. Raiders, number 2 in the state. First time they've ever been to the title game at all. And they come away. And it was early. I'll tell you, we made good comebacks in the fourth quarter. We had a 7-point run and a little 4-point run and an 8-point run at the end. So 3 runs in that fourth quarter, 19 points worth. Just couldn't get over it. And if one of those threes, but if one of those threes hits, this place goes nuts. We're up by 1, and I don't know if I don't know if the Rams can come back. It would have came down to the free throws, but good stuff, Coach.
Well, yeah, I mean, I know these guys are hurt right now, but when they look back at what they accomplished, you know, this whole season, they're going to be very, very proud.
I don't know that you really be even hurt. I mean, you can be hurt, but you played an unbelievable, tough team.
I see the emotions out there.
Oh, there's no doubt about that.
You know what I mean? And right now, it doesn't feel very good, you know, but when you look back, my goodness, what a year for the QND Raiders.
Trying to look up on the board to check my scoring against the scoring. I think I have 54 right now, so I have to double check that. We had 55, and also get the other side as well. So good season, Coach, so far on this one. I'll tell you what,
good
so far.
Season, great season.
Good season, not so far. As I go ahead and do my tallies, a little breakdown here on the last half here, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, you know, valiant effort coming back. I mean, 10 down, 3 minutes to go, you know, cut it to 2 and have, you know, 2 good looks, you know, at 3-point shots, you know, to, you know, get you over the hump. Just wasn't meant to be. You know, I mean, you know, great job, though, by the Raiders.
Checking the board here, Coach. I'll get done with all that as I do my math and See if I've missed anybody that was up on the board to give me that points. No, somewhere it's floating. I got a feeling it's Allensworth might have had 21 instead of 20. I might put 21 by there, and we'll check the finals out there when I'm all done. So, and now we're, of course, waiting here at half court. All the officials with the IHSA checking in, and we'll go ahead and go through this before we get to the post game.
For the Class 2A IHSA 2026 Boys Basketball State Final first and second place awards. Presenting medallions and trophies are Illinois High School Association Board of Directors members. President Dan Tully, Principal of Niles, Notre Dame. Secretary Mike Castleman, Athletic Director, Olympia. Ricky Harris, Principal of Chicago Whitney Young. Augie Fontanetta, Athletic Director, New Trier. Steve Shands.
Naming off all the officials of the IHSA that are out of half court. And the guy that's actually going to be putting the medallions on will be Brad Gooding. Good stuff there.
Tom Shergan, Principal of Chicago De La Salle.
Listing up our group in front of us. It'll be led by Mark McDowell, the principal. Bill Connell, the athletic director. Sean Montani, our athletic trainer.
Second place, Raiders of Quincy Notre Dame High School.
Good job to the Raiders there.
32 wins and 2 losses.
32-2 on the season. Good stuff out there for the Raiders.
Records all the way around. You know, most wins ever, you know, for a Raider team. Highest finish, you know, the state tournament for the Raider team.
Here we go, Greg Altmix, the head coach, followed by Alex Altmix, his son, and Jordan Altmix. Lots of Coach Altmixes in that family. Shout out to Florida to Steve Altmix, who was probably listening to this one.
Manager Ryan Venverlo.
Ryan Venverlo, your manager. Number 2, Bo F. Tank. Number 3 out there, Xavier Douglas. Thank you very much. Number 4, Sully Walker.
Number 12,
TJ Toga-Rappi there. Bill Cannell, thank you, Bill. Sean, good job there. I'm getting a handshake from every one of those guys, too. We'll wait till the guys come by us.
Number 20, Mason Crab.
Bo F. Tank there. Xavier Douglas here. Sully Walker, good job, Sully. TJ Toga-Rappi. Jace Allensworth with a great job there. Good job, Jace. Number 15, Brody Gilbert. Mason Craig, number 20. Robbie Reed, number 22. Great job, Robbie. Anthony Bias, number 24. Gavin Dolman. Grandpa Don is very proud. Good job, Gavin. And 32, Sean Venverlo. Almost had to forget there. Patrick Ginnenbacher, number 33. Royce Boyd, number 34. Hey, you know this guy, Caden Marth. As I just bumped Ben Marth over here. Good job, Caden.
Good job, man.
Here we go. Going through the rest of the guys here as I catch them all up here. Gosh, I'm flying through. Trip Flesh was up there, number 42. Victor Harsel, number 40. Jackson Canoyer did not get to play. Somebody snuck in there, I think, there, Coach, but I think I nailed everybody there. As I look down, the Raiders are right in front of us. Very nice job as they'll now wait for the trophy after this. Great job for the Raiders, though. I'm going to tell you what, great season. I mean, Helias was the only only loss in the season. That was we didn't play very good, and they played great, and that's just, oh, well, you're going to have some of those. This one.
Well, and I think that fueled them to this run to get here to this state tournament. Because I tell you what, I didn't see the Helias game, but I don't think they could have been any better than Troy Emanuel.
I would have to agree with you on that, Coach. I'm going to be off. No, Gavin did not complete that three-point play, nor did Jace on one of his. I was looking to fill in one of those three-point plays, and I'll have those a little later on. Good stuff from the Raiders. Let me break down the scoring while I've got everybody here. I'm missing 1 point, so I'm going to give it to Jace Allensworth right now since he fouled out. And 21 points out of Allensworth, 12 points out of Gavin Dolman, 7 from both Bo F. Tank and Robbie Reed. That's your seniors out there. 4 from TJ Toga-Rappi, 2 from Sully Walker. And and Rowan Stegeman got 2. He was the only other guy that did not play in the second half as we ran 6 guys down the road there. You talk about emotion. Xavier Douglas, I've seen him smiling all the time. I've never seen him this sad. And, of course, he goes way back to his dad, When his dad was there, he was only, well, see, he's 18 now. I don't think he was born. So I had to do my math. He was not. So anyway, 55 for the Raiders, 32-2. On the other side, the Peoria Manual Rams, 25-9, their sixth state title. They were led by Jaquan Brown. He had 23. The number 4 guy became the number 1 guy today in every quarter except the second. He only had 2 points. 14 out of Joshua Humbles, the All-Stater. Picked it up in the second half with 10 points. 8 points out of Taj Tolliver. But he also had 8+ assists.
8 assists, multiple. I want to see how many steals he had also, because he probably had at least 3 or 4 steals.
Reggie Postal, he had 7 points. 2 from Jamel Ship, and also, check that, 4. And also Rico Booker off the bench with 4. I think they went 6 deep, Coach. I think Percy Norris might have been in briefly. And now it's time for the actual trophies. And I'm going to stand up to do this, Coach. Also, because if I stand up here with the trophies, I'll also maybe get in the back of all the videos back in the back and get in there. I'll photo. Hey, I've had Shuck Daddy photo bash me many times, so why not be out there as the Raiders, all of our media out there, except for the media over here, the broadcast teams of Wellman and Pettit from Mecca Sports Co., also Eric Irvin and Ben Marth for the Raiders Network. And we were going to have Ben Marth on as part of our pregame show from the broadcaster of Channel 10, working at Muddy Rivers, and actually being the color for the Raider Network. After he said yes, he got to thinking about it and said, and a parent of a sophomore playing, he said maybe that's not a good idea, and maybe I should, and so we did refrain from that, just in honor of the network he's working for. Trying to get my shot in here on the Raiders shot. Get a couple pictures here. We're getting them from an angle since I'm not out here. You know what, Coach? Keep talking for a second.
Well, our Mecca Sports Co photographer is going out there to get a good picture. The Raiders with their state champion, or not state championship, but second place trophy, which hard fought. Some smiles out there, but some not so smiles.
Why not, right? Well, at least I didn't leave you in the middle of a game.
Well, I've done that before. So.
Yes, you have. And I had to do it last year, I think, on one of the ball games. So good stuff for the Raiders. I had to get a good picture from on the court of the Raiders.
The Mecca Sports co-photographer.
There you go.
Went out there. And
hey, if I'm the cameraman, I can be the photographer too. I'll take on all the hats.
Great season. Great
season.
It
was. Congratulations to the Raiders. Congratulations to the Lady Raiders and their run. Chatham Glenwood went on to get second place. So the Lady Raiders, 3 state trophies. And in the 2 years in the last 5 that they did not win, the team that they lost to got second place. So that's some pretty good stuff out of Eric Orn and his squad. Good luck to all them, and good luck to the Raiders. Also, we thank the Blue Devils and, of course, the Blue Devils from the girls' side. We had them this season, and they all friends in town. So they cheer each other on. And so this year, even though the Devils didn't make it past a round, both the Raider teams picked it up for Quincy and did a nice job.
Well, like I say, Mecca Sports Co., we cover the best high school basketball, I believe, in the nation. You know what I mean, with the QND boys, QND girls, Quincy High boys, Quincy High girls.
And the junior high Comets at state.
Well, that's a plus bonus.
It was.
You know what I mean? And, the one thing you got to realize is those Comets are going to grow up to be Blue Devils. And, a lot of good stuff there, in the few games that we've done the last couple of years.
And a whole bunch of Quincy Crusaders in the Catholic program waiting to become Raiders as well. So we're wishing all those kids good luck there. I mentioned wearing my 2016 CYO youth basketball shirt when these guys were second graders. My shoes, I brought them out for the first time. Well, not for the first time since the state back in 04, but definitely first time since State Farm in a while. And any magic we'd do it. Raiders came down to the end, almost pulled it off. We're going to take a quick break, and we're not going to leave the broadcast. We're just going to go right into the postgame, brought to you by Hardee's. And let's hear from Hardee's, Brian Harms and his crew. There's still time for a fish. Final score here in the second place game. Raiders finished second, losing 60-55 to the Peoria Manual Rams. We're back with more of the postgame right here, MeccaSportsCo.com.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.
Better bed, less money at Sleep Tight in Quincy and Jacksonville. Shop Tempur-Pedic, Sealy, and Stearns & Foster with free delivery, setup, removal, and 0% financing for up to 5 years.
Sleep tight. Sleep tight.
Back at the Sleep Tight Mecca Mobile Studio, brought to you by Sleep Tight Quincy, Jacksonville. That's SleepTightMidwest.com. And we are back here.
Sleep Tight's put a lot of miles on this year.
Oh, and so has the Cunis Auto Mecca Mobile Mobile. There you go. It has done it. Maybe not as much as the 14,000 miles last year, but wait a minute. Late in the season, Waterloo, Carbondale, and a trip to state. We might have been up there. I'll have to figure my time up as it is here. So, and we do thank Brian Harms and the great crew at 30th and Broadway Hardee's. I ran out there next to Bill Cannell to take that picture. So I should have said, Bill, can you hold on while I get in it too? Good stuff here, though, from the Raiders. Nothing to ever hang your head about. Let's put it this way. No Raider team has ever done this. So, my goodness, we'll be talking about it for the next 30, 40 years. Yep. I thought about that the other day, Coach, when they have a reunion out there. When they have a reunion, 25 years from now, I'm going to be 91. Oh, my gosh. Will I be around for that? So
they'll wheel you in. You know what I mean? Because, they love you out at, Raider Nation.
There you go. I'll tell you what, all those fans out there, Raider pride from across the nation. We talk about Brooksy being out in San Francisco. Obert was hanging out with the Cardinals in Florida. They've been all over this country all season long checking in with us, and we're glad that they give us hollers and shout-outs here. And make sure you make it. I'm not sure the plans for the assembly or the fire engine ride, but the fire engine ride might be 20 degrees and potential snow.
Well,
Kirksville was calling for that on my way over, and it definitely is going to be very cold on Monday, Tuesday. So I'm not sure what the plans are. We'll find those out. But make sure you check in with the local media in Quincy. They'll let you know what's happening here. But some good stuff here, Coach.
Yeah, I mean, once again, the defense brought them back and almost got them a state championship. I love what Coach Altmix has been building, with this Raider program, the last 2 years that, you don't play defense, you don't get out on the floor, which I love. And, I think we got a good shell coming back. You know what I mean? Once again, players are made during the summer. You got to work out, get stronger, get faster.
And we'll take a quick break here. And it'll be Coach's Comments when we return. And, of course, those Coach's Comments have been brought to you by not only this game but all season long, the Cunis Auto Group, faith, family, and giving back right here on MeccaSportsCo.com.
Cunis Auto Group is proud to sponsor Mecca Sports Broadcasting.
If you're looking to score your next new ride, be sure to visit Cunis Honda.
And Cunis Hyundai of Quincy.
With over 300 new and used vehicles to choose from, you won't find a selection like this anywhere else.
Plus, give your vehicle the game plan to success by servicing with our new state-of-the-art service center.
Visit Cunis Auto Group of Quincy on 36th Street and see how Cunis makes it easy.
And back post-game, brought to you by Hardee's. Here at the State Farm Center, it's been a lot of fun. Thank you, Raiders, for letting us ride along and enjoy the fun. Got through the North Mac Regionals, Pleasant Plains Sectionals, trip to Carbondale for the Super Sectional, which our friends from Carbondale and down there were next to us. Richard Brakely and Rick Ciraldi calling out the Goreville game in the first one out here. We both had second places, but and to the state title, winning the semifinal on Thursday against Chicago Farragut 64-45, although that score I saw
64-43 I saw.
It was actually 45 in the official score, 45 in my book. 43 showed up one place on the internet, but it wasn't on the official stats. So I'm still trying to figure out whoever posted that, because everybody had 45, but we'll find out. But the final here is Peoria Manual, the Rams 60 and the Raiders 55. So, Coach, fantastic season. Last thoughts not only on the second place game, but the season itself.
Well, let's start working right now. That's my thought process. As a coach, it's like, okay, yeah, we got this close. Great job, seniors. Love you guys. But, you've got a lot of younger kids here that we need to, get up and bring them up into it and go from there. And, as a coach, I'm thinking about, okay, we got summer ball coming up. We got, workouts coming up. We got to get a little bit better, if we want to get back here next year, and play for the state championship game.
8 seniors, I believe, graduated there. Bo F. Tank, Xavier Douglas, Sully Walker, Jace Allensworth, Robbie Reed, Gavin Dolman, Patrick Ginnenbacher, and Royce Boyd. Oh, and Jackson Canoyer, excuse me, because he was not playing, but he was there everywhere all season long.
Oh, he'd have been a nice piece to use
9,
tonight.
yes, exactly there. So, but congratulations to those guys, and good luck in your futures no matter what you do. Every year coming back is going to be fun, and in 10 years, look to go in the Hall of Fame, because you're the one team that belongs in there immediately on 10 years. So, well, for Coach Pettit, I'm Jeff Wellman. It's been a lot of fun out here covering basketball here at the State Farm Center, and, of course, all season long, no matter where we have gone. Always love your responses, your comments. Feel free to email, see us on the street. Tell us what you liked out here, as each year we're getting better. Before you know it, would be big time. Then we will know what to do out here. So, but from the State Farm Center, your IHSA Boys 2A State Championship, the Peoria Manual Rams 60, your QND Raiders 55, and second place in the state, the best finish ever for Quincy Notre Dame or any of our affiliates over the years. And we are so proud of you, and that's called Raider Pride. Well, that's going to do it for us out here on this afternoon here at the University of Illinois at Champaign. Hope you enjoyed everything out. March Madness from the original March Madness area, and that's right here at Illinois. Got to love it here, Coach. Been a blast.
Yep.
Drive safe. All righty there. 60-55, and we're going to head out here. Wellman and Pettit, MeccaSportsCo.com.
This game is brought to you by Mecca Sports Co. You can find us at MeccaSportsCo.com, on YouTube at youtube.com/@MeccaSportsCo, and on Facebook at Facebook.com/MeccaSportsCo. Be sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss any coverage for all 4 Quincy High School basketball teams, boys and girls. Get the play-by-play and color call from Wellman and Pettit exclusively on Mecca Sports Co.
Brian Harms, I'll bet you got a lot of people asking for fish sandwiches this time of the year.
You bet. Isn't that great? It is that time of year. People always love our fish sandwiches, and they're with tartar sauce and lettuce. You can get that any day of the week. We got the beer-battered Alaskan pollock back. I'm back from Alaska. We caught all kinds of them.
And what kind of fish are those?
Pollock. Pollock.
And you've got a special deal going on. 2 fish sandwiches for just $7. Right now at Hardee's, 30th and Broadway, Quincy.